of misfits and dope addicts are here.
Well, Jim and Hooper is just as excited as I am about opening the show with that.
In Hooper.
I can hear the excitement in your voice, Gina.
Well, Carrie, you are correct. You spell it Hooper.
Hooper.
H-O-O-P-E-R, but it's Hooper.
Because 40 years ago today.
Really?
Prince and the Revolution released Let's Go Crazy, the second single from his sixth studio album, Purple Rain.
When Doves Cry was first.
Yes. So the last little bit of that song, that's just showing off. That's all that is.
Well, that's just Prince. That's just
he could have just ended it, but no, he had to show off. Like, look, I can play the guitar.
I can do everything.
I wonder what record company executive said, you should probably fade out. Fade that song out.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that happened.
When we release the single, let's fade it out.
Man, I hadn't heard that for a long time. It's
wonderful.
Cashbox called the song one of the finest fusions of jump rock and synth pump.
Thanks,
Two
Cashbox.
terms I don't know what the hell that means. Jump rock and synth pump. What does that mean?
It's that.
Okay.
It's Let's Go Crazy. One of my favorite parts of the movie Purple Rain, and I have many.
Oh, you do?
Is when Morris Day and the Time are walking past Prince's dressing room, and they're making fun of him, and they're making fun of that song.
Why are they making fun of him?
Well, because they have a rivalry. They have and they're teasing him, and they're going.
Well, how
they
are
they walk past the door and they go, "Let's go crazy, let's get nuts."
Well, are they making fun of the fact that he's not a very good musician? Are they making fun of the fact that he's short?
No, they're competing for time on stage,
right?
At the club, they're rivals.
Well, yeah. So I'm just wondering how they were making fun of him, what they were singling out as, what were they picking on?
His music. They were making fun of his music. That's
that's pretty stupid of them.
And they were horrible. So they did that, and then they walked. And it was after the incident with his parents, the domestic violence incident. And one of them pokes their head in and said, "How's the family?" They were just mean.
Oh, now, see,
they
there
were
you
just
go.
Mean.
Now that's making fun of it.
Yeah,
that's doing it. You don't want to pick on his music. Jeez, that's stupid.
Well,
but
Well, and the funny part of that is Prince wrote all the Times music too. So if you
So.
But do you know that? I mean,
oh yeah,
as part of the
not part of the story. No.
Yeah, you don't know that as part of the story.
No.
See, but also part of the story is them trying to get into his head, questioning his ability.
Yeah,
See,
right.
It's also part of the story.
They want to be the headliner at the club.
So they're questioning his ability.
No, they're not questioning his ability. They know he's good. They're trying to intimidate him into thinking himself, putting doubt in his head that he is not so good.
Huh. Well, he's heard himself play, hasn't he? I mean, I don't know. When you're that much of a virtuoso, do you have much self-doubt?
I don't think real life Prince. That's the movie we were talking about there. I don't think real life Prince had much self-doubt at all. I think he was pretty confident in
I think that we all have it. Everybody.
Well, sure.
Even Prince.
You think?
Even Prince has some self-doubt still in there. He's still trying to prove himself to some naysayers.
Yeah, well, it's and you know why? Because he's short. That's he's got short man syndrome. That's probably it. I know I'm short, but watch this. Well, that's a great song. A great song.
Prince is always the right decision.
Well,
there'll never be some Prince, and you go, "Oh, we shouldn't have done that. That will never happen."
Oh, you mean the right decision to play a song?
Yeah.
So we need to fix that bumper sticker I used to see all the time. Trees are the answer.
No.
To Prince is the answer.
answer.
That'll be the new bumper sticker.
Is there a Prince song that you can think of that you would go, that's just really not very good?
A Prince song I don't like.
Google worst Prince song.
Okay,
let's see what comes
see what the internet
I'm curious
says.
as to what
There must be some song that you play it and you go,
song.
yeah, no, that doesn't work.
One
so
is not springing to mind right away.
Let's see. The Los Angeles Times did all 85 Prince singles ranked
Okay.
best
Okay.
to worst.
And
What's the worst?
Let's see. Hard Luck Lover. I've never even heard that song.
I don't know what that.
And Carrie, I'd be careful playing it because who knows?
Hang on.
Hard Luck Lover.
Boy, it doesn't even come up.
Okay, what's next, Gina?
Next, Arms of Orion. That's from the Batman soundtrack.
Oh, that's probably pretty bad.
It says, from the Batman soundtrack, one of Prince's gloopiest ballads, with the singer in the role of Bruce Wayne and Sheena Easton as Vicky Vale.
Okay, now this has got to be. This is it.
Yeah, that's not good.
That doesn't work
That's
too well.
not good. Let me see what they say is the best.
Okay, so that's Feet of Clay right there.
That's
pretty bad.
interesting. What they say is the best.
The very best.
I'll
What?
give you the top 5. How about
Okay,
that?
top
Right.
5.
Number 5, Let's Go Crazy.
Go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Number 4, Sign of the Times.
Oh, yeah. Love that.
Number 3, Purple Rain.
Yes.
Number 2, Kiss. I wouldn't have put Kiss above those other ones. I probably would have put Kiss.
I would, but I like that a lot.
And number 1, If I Was Your Girlfriend.
Oh, I love that song.
I do too.
Yes. I
Would,
love that
would you let
song.
me dress you? I mean,
Yes.
let me help you pick out your clothes before we go out.
Yeah.
I love that song, but that's their number 1. How about that?
I like that. That's a good choice.
What's the bottom 5? So we got those two.
Arms of Orion.
They're all going to be ones you haven't heard before. Let me see if there's one there that you have heard of before. Let's
Yeah.
see. Peach. That's another one from the Batman soundtrack.
No, doesn't ring a bell.
Song of the Heart. That's from the movie Happy Feet.
Yeah.
Okay. I needed some money.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what the...
Yeah, what's the...
Watch me do my thing. I don't even need a good reason to do this.
This is from Happy Feet, probably, right?
Yeah.
Clap your hands, show them what you got. Now we're gonna jam from now to eternity.
It's pretty basic.
Yeah.
Still,
That's Prince saying, here's what somebody who would imitate Prince would sound like.
it's still not bad.
No,
I mean,
that
you know.
wasn't
there's
horrible.
no bad Prince.
Yes, there is. That Arms of Orion was horrible.
Prince is always the answer, Bill.
Not when it
No?
comes to the Batman soundtrack.
Yeah, the Batman soundtrack left me, as a geek, I will say, left me kind of cold. But,
Bat Dance
even Bad Dance.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
Oh, okay. Let's break it, shall we? Mm-hmm. Let's break, and then we'll come back with your check-ins. We want to hear from you in the morning a little bit on the telephone, 877-602-9696. That's the number to call, 877-602-9696. Give us a call and check in. You can also text us if you like. 33986 is the text number, okay?
All right, check in. Zero res.
You're in your house and you're like, I vacuum my carpet.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
It's
Of
clean.
course.
My house is clean. It's not.
It's not.
Hey,
It really isn't.
hey.
We are constantly shedding, people.
We are. If you have pets, if you have kids, if
If you're human.
you're human. It's National Carpet Cleaning Month, and Zero Res is offering 3 rooms, zero resified, starting at just $99. And when I'm saying rooms, it's not just carpet, it's tile. Carrie had his tile done.
Oh, yeah, did a great job.
Upholstery, I've had my upholstery done. And they also do air duct cleaning. Again, if you've got pets or even just you're a human, stuff ends up in your air ducts. They will clean them out. It's great for your allergies, asthma, those kind of things. They have a special going on right now at Zero Res. So you can either set an appointment at zerores.com or call them 801-288-9376. Ask for the X96 special. Book and schedule your appointment today and get 2 tickets to Broovies Cinema Pub while supplies last. Get showtimes and tickets at broovies.com and make your appointment at zerores.com.
Don't miss.
X986.
All right, it's 6:22. Let's get this over with.
Okay. Let's do. We'll officially begin the program in just a second here, and then after we do that, we'll go to your check-ins. 877-602-9696 is the number. Use it and check in with us. You can also text us at 33986. We have a sponsor there, Gina?
X96 welcomes a day to remember to the Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater on July 21st. You can listen to Corey O'Brien in evenings all week long for your chance to win tickets. For concert details, ticket links, and more, go to x96.com.
Getting very close to a full moon now. It's 89.6% of full. The moon will rise today at 7:11 p.m. Today being Thursday. It's the, the 18th day of July in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2024. And it's a perfect family day. Perfect. It is believed that the perfect family does exist somewhere.
What makes a perfect family?
Oh, you should know, Gina. You have one. Isn't it you? It's you.
I'm pretty close.
It's National Sour Candy Day. National Caviar Day. Something that I have never understood. Caviar. I don't. It's fish eggs, man. Mm-hmm. And I don't care for it.
Sue loves it.
And it's a National Nelson Mandela Day. International Nelson Mandela Day. He was a human rights lawyer, a prisoner of conscience, and an independent peacemaker, and he was the first democratically elected president of a free at last South Africa. And we're all excited. We don't know why. Maybe it's because we're all going to die. And when we do, what's it all for? What's it all for? Well, you better live now before the Grim Reaper comes knocking on your door. Mm-hmm. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Carrie Jackson. I'm Bill Allred. That's Perfect Family Barberi, Gina Barberi, right over there. Katie, for short, is our producer. She always does a fine job. And let's see, Macy is there helping out as well. And did the dog come today?
No, it's way too hot for dogs.
It's way too hot for the dog. Dogs die in hot studios.
Yes.
But it's okay for producers.
Yep.
I don't know how Katie's doing this. And Macy.
Producers don't die.
Yeah, they're...
Well, she's tough. What a lot of people don't really realize about Katie is how tough she is.
You don't want to mess with Katie.
No, I wouldn't. Nope. She'll shiv you.
She'll shiv you.
She'll shiv you. All right, we got some check-ins there?
Oh, we do. Let's begin with Adam. Hello, Adam.
Adam, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for letting me listen. Geek Show says hey. And Gina, you've got this.
Thanks, Adam.
Are you on the train, Adam?
No, actually, I'm driving in today.
Okay.
So this morning you were talking about Prince.
Yes.
And you mentioned one of his songs, Hard Rock Lover.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I texted you a link to that song.
Is it as terrible as the LA Times thinks it is?
I don't know why they think it's terrible. Rumor is that after he did the guitar in that song, that his guitar needed both a cigarette and a pregnancy test.
Wow!
Man.
It is some sexy guitar work.
Okay, here it is.
It's time to check your cell phone.
Is there any bad words, Adam?
Doesn't say.
Ain't no rapper trying to be a singer. Gonna make a moan. Sade and Babyface. R&B ain't got no place. But put some hard rock on. You better cover your ears, cause you're about to hear a woman just scream.
You know, I don't hate it.
I don't hate it. It's a little corny. You know what I mean?
I don't. It's not for regular consumption.
Yeah.
It's with a band he did called Three-Eyed Girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
It's one of my favorite songs.
Is it really? Okay.
There you go.
All right. Thanks, Adam.
All right. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
You see, that's a check-in for you right there. Mm-hmm. 877-602-9696.
Text check-ins. Prince is dead, right? Since 2016?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not sure what point you're trying to make. I'll often skip Arms of Orion on the Batman soundtrack.
I'm surprised you listened to the Batman soundtrack.
Mixer driver Shane checking in from Orem. I've been delivering concrete since 12:30 a.m.
Oh. Is that because you're trying to do it when it's cooler, maybe?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Nick Cave is on that soundtrack, I believe.
On the Batman soundtrack?
I believe so.
HVAC helper Scott of Orem. Heat almost took me out of commission yesterday, but you can't stop me.
And I love Nick Cave, but Nick Cave's song on the Batman soundtrack is not very good.
Zane of Bountiful checking in. What, the poll again? Prince is the answer. Is that it? What's the phone number to poll in?
Oh, that's 877-602-9696. We are doing an X poll later with your moving horror stories.
Moving as in emotionally affecting?
No, like in moving from one apartment to another, or one state to another, or everybody has a moving horror story.
One planet to another.
Or that.
Yep. Let's see, Librarian checking in, reprogramming my circadian rhythm because of my new job.
Well, what's your new job, Librarian?
Mike in Nashville checking in, daycare is closed today, so I'm working from home with my 3-year-old co-pilot.
You'll get nothing done.
Nope. Mishak of Erta checking in. It's crazy that the Let's Go Crazy song settles the crazy mind at times. Right Wing Wade checking in. Johnny B checking in. Last night I researched my standing in obtaining UK citizenship and found that I meet enough qualifications that it could be a possibility.
Oh.
Well, lucky you. I looked into it. Not so lucky. Tristan from the most west of Jordan's checking in. Please don't drive distracted. Cardboard Chris checking in. Woodworker Willie, starting a long day. 9 hours of building heavy doors in an air fryer environment.
Ugh.
And then driving to St. George to pick up a new toy hauler. Perry City listener checking in. FOP Holly of West Jordan. Arnie of Tooele. Let's see, does Bill have the story about the Grindr app crashing in Milwaukee?
I do.
Where the RNC is being held?
Why would that be? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Ron the Carpenter checking in. Diamonds and Pearls is his favorite Prince
That's a
song.
nice one.
Carly checking in, about to leave for Lake Powell.
Going down to Powell?
Down to Powell. Traffic, Gina, please.
Let's see. Southbound I-15 milepost 326 in Kaysville. This accident happened about an hour ago, but they're still reporting some slowage in that area. No other accidents being reported. Our right wing, Wade, says I-15 is moving well. Thanks, Wade. What are you seeing on the roads? You're all part of the Infinite team. Text us if it's safe for you to text 33986.
All right. Coming up after these messages and a song, it's Big Boy News. Plus, Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game. We'll explain how to play what you'll win, all coming up after these. BigOTires.com. Well, if you're driving down to Powell,
you should have your car checked out before you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Years ago, I went into my Big O tire store here on 2nd East and South Temple. I said, I need some new tires. What do you recommend? They said, well, we have many, many brands, but why don't you consider the Big O brand tire? It's our house brand. They're great tires. They last a long time, and they're generally a little bit less expensive than some of the name brands. And ever since then, I've run Big O brand tires on my cars.
And they're more less expensive now because you can save up to $100 on Big O Tires legendary tires now through July 28th. It's their sizzling summer sale. You can also get $10 off any AC service now through July 31st. Probably want to do that before you head down to Powell.
And tires and service can be an unexpected expense. Big O knows that. So they want to make sure you have financing options to keep your vehicle in top shape. They have no credit needed financing. You can make an appointment online. There are 50 locations along the Wasatch Front. Go to BigOTires.com. I think it's list time.
is it?
I think so.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
I have a file that says lists. And in that file, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13 different possibilities for lists. And I know that it's still in there, and I know you guys won't let me do it. 28 sauces that will transform any meal.
Well, if we
Still
have
in
time.
there.
How about if we have time?
Still
if we
in
have
there.
time at the end.
Now, here's another one. This is a new one, but I bet you won't let me do this one. 12 ways to incorporate dates into your daily life.
I don't want to incorporate dates.
What if there were 12?
I can't imagine
12
a universe where I would want more dates.
8 drinks that make you poop immediately?
No.
Well,
No? Carrie's.
Some people may need that.
How about this? How about the 8 best and 5 worst foods to get when ordering takeout?
Oh, yeah, okay. This is a conversation my wife and I have all the time because we debate whether something, as we put it, will travel well.
Yes, exactly. And I think you'll see this list probably conforms to many things that you've already discussed.
Yeah,
Yes.
my number one not travel well food.
Well, why don't you want to wait and see if it's on the list?
Okay.
Let's just see, and then go, aha, okay? So, these are the best. Number 1, Thai food. We order Thai takeout fairly often.
Yeah, there's and as a matter of fact, I drive out to the west side of town to get our Thai food.
Go pick it up.
Yeah, and it travels just fine.
Yeah, it does.
It just depends on what you order.
Yeah, but most of it travels quite well. Shrimp rolls and all of pad Thai and all of that stuff. Number 2, this is an obvious one. Pizza.
Pizza travels well.
Travels well, easy delivery. You get it from Grubhub and it'll be fine.
I thought these were foods to avoid.
No, these are the best ones too.
The best ones.
Yeah, these are the best. They're 8 best and 5 worst.
Oh,
on the
okay.
list, okay. All right. Number 3 best, burritos.
Burritos.
Yeah. No, burritos. Burritos I wouldn't.
You wouldn't
I
get a
wouldn't do.
burrito?
No, I would not. I don't think burritos travel well. Great option for burgers.
No, I disagree.
I won't do burgers.
I kind of disagree too. I do it occasionally, but
Once in a great while, we'll do Lucky 13.
There needs to be a third list because there's so takeout to me says you get it at the restaurant, you drive it home and eat it at home.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the eat it in your car list. Now, you can eat a burger in your car.
Mm-hmm.
I did that yesterday and I hated it. Number 5, chicken sandwiches and nuggets. We get chicken sandwiches from Pretty Bird, and we go
Yeah,
pick.
they travel.
My wife usually picks them up, or they're great. Number 6, this is odd, but I guess it was true. Hash browns. But when I'm going to get Grubhub to deliver me a big box of hash browns.
If you do McDonald's and you get the McDonald's hash brown,
It says here, chances are if you're getting takeout, you're in the mood for something warm and carb heavy.
Yeah.
Crunchy, perfectly greasy potatoes would be. It says that people order hash browns for delivery even more than cheeseburgers and breakfast items. So apparently people order just hash browns. Number 7 travels well. Most Mexican food. I don't know why they put that in. Also burritos and Chinese food.
Okay.
And
Yeah, all those.
That Chinese food is like the quintessential takeout.
Sure.
Yes. And we haven't hit yours yet, have we?
No.
Well,
'Cause these are
we
the-
need to get to the not good.
Okay, here's the worst things.
That's what she was talking about.
For takeout, and it's a takeout or delivery. Eggs,
Oh, no.
eggs of any kind.
No.
I guess hard-boiled eggs you could do, but
Nobody's
I don't
ordering
know why you-
DoorDash
Yeah,
hard-boiled
I
eggs.
don't know why you would.
That's
but-
not a thing.
Yeah, but any kind of an egg dish, you just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
No.
Now, we have done this, we do this takeout, and it seems fine to us, but sushi.
We do sushi, but only if I am picking it up and taking it home
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
We won't do Grubhub or anything like
No,
that.
that's how we, if we pick it up.
Yeah.
Here's one that I insist we can never do. Pho.
No.
That's
No.
got to be hot.
And it's, you can
Plus
you
it's
spill
fluid.
it. And,
Yeah, it's a lot of fluid.
Just awful. Number 12, worst, French fries.
Yes.
Right there.
Unless
Is
you're
that yours?
eating them in your car,
Is that the
hot,
one?
yeah. French fries, 10 minutes after they come out of the oil, they're no good. You've got to have them immediately.
Now, so we have ordered, and I won't name the place because they don't advertise. Well, it doesn't matter. Tony Burger. We order, sometimes we have that takeout. You know, we go pick it up. The burgers are fine, but when you get the French fries home, so what you do is put them in the air fryer.
Oh, of course.
And it crisps them right up. So that works. Let's see, number 13, worst. Anything having to do with ice cream or milkshake.
Well,
God, no.
Yeah. Not good.
Although we did have Grubhub deliver milkshakes once.
You did?
Yes. And it went as you would expect.
Not good. Okay, that's the whole list. But so are there items that
I said, there should be a third list of eat it in your car.
Oh.
Because burgers and fries are fine in your car.
I disagree.
Now back to pho. Apparently, there's some friends of ours who get takeout from a place, and they separate the broth from the noodles, and the broth is sealed up nice and tight.
Oh, and then you assemble it when you get home.
If you can find a place that will do that, then you could do pho.
Yeah. And any kind of soupy thing though, just pretty much avoid takeout. And I disagree about eating in your car. That's just not.
Sometimes it's the only way that eating is going to happen is if it's in your car.
Well, I have a story coming up about eating in my car.
Oh, okay.
Which is it's
because
not
so
good.
often it's we have 20 minutes between now and soccer and school and getting here to there, and if you're going to eat, it's happening in the car, and that's.
Oh, because you told me it was, what is it, International Nelson Mandela Day?
Yes.
That's the specials.
Nice.
Free Nelson Mandela.
Nice.
All right.
Good choice.
Let's see, 6:41 right now, and it is time for Big Boy News and Opinioendo. Now, right after the Big Boy News is Frank Christ Presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine. It's our Dead Celebrity game. Going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. 1 of them dead. Pick the dead one correctly. You will win.
The Park City restaurants are doing this cocktail contest that we've been talking about, and you can find out more about that at parkcityrestaurants.com. We're giving away a contest swag bag. It's got merch, shot glasses, other goodies. That means you got to be 21 or older to win this.
Yeah, because it's liquor adjacent.
We aren't giving away liquor, but it's liquor
because
adjacent.
it's adjacent, and the state thinks that you're 9 years old.
Well, if a child reads the name of a brand of liquor
immediately
on an item, the child will immediately seek that liquor out and drink it.
Become an alcoholic.
Yeah.
All right. So you get that Park City Cocktail Contest swag bag at 877-602-9696 for playing Frank Christ Presents. They're fine. They're just fine. So call now. While we do Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
business owners. Do you owe $15,000 or more in employment taxes and don't know what to do? McClure and Stewart are your local trusted tax attorneys. Go to McClureandStewart.com today.
Well, it's a feud to end all feuds, I think. Ozzy Osbourne and Britney Spears are feuding So Ozzy has some thoughts about Britney Spears' dance videos that she's always posting. I'm fed up of seeing poor Britney Spears on YouTube every effing day, said Ozzy. It's just awful. It's just sad. It's very sad. I'm tired of seeing it. Apparently, Ozzy doesn't realize that he doesn't have to look at TikTok videos, and I don't know how to do TikTok dances, and I don't know where anybody would ever think that I would. I just well, Britney says she's ripped the Osborne family a new one now, because Ozzy said he was fed up with seeing them. I'm going to do a photo shoot with Kate Beckinsale, Britney said, and I'm going to tell the Osborne family, who's the most boring family known to mankind, to kindly F off. She wrote in a lengthy Instagram note that also defended Kate Beckinsale from similar hate comments. Earlier in the post, Spears said she thought that Kate Beckinsale was a badass for posting what she wants rather than age-appropriate content people constantly nagging her to share instead. Spears clapped back at the Osborne family after patriarch Ozzy said that he was fed up with seeing her dancing videos. I'm just going to do a photo shoot with Beckinsale and tell the Osborne family just to leave it all alone, she wrote.
Leave Britney alone.
She defended Kate Beckinsale, who receives similar hate comments because of what she posts. I know what it's like to be judged, Spears said, but I think it's important to help each other and to invite each other to places that help our souls grow. You know, for Britney, it's the one way she helps her soul grow is dancing nearly naked on TikTok. And
it's Britney Watch, keeping you up to date with all your Britney Spears news.
By the way, Kelly Osbourne,
yes,
Ozzy's daughter, said that she felt sorry for Britney Spears. It's very, very, very sad. Yes, it's very, very, very sad. Ozzy
don't feel sad
added.
for Britney.
But it's sad. He's become an old man. He just, get off my lawn. Well, let's. Joe's got the COVID.
Here's my
President
thought.
Biden has the COVID.
Here's my thought.
Yeah.
This is going to be his out.
Yeah, well, of course.
This is going to be.
I think that's probably very likely.
That way, he's not stepping down because he's mentally not able to. He's physically not able to continue.
White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said that the president tested positive after an event in Las Vegas and said he is vaccinated and boosted, has some mild symptoms. The president will return to Delaware and self-isolate at his beach home in Rehoboth while he continues to work. The president's doctor said he was experiencing upper respiratory symptoms, including a runny nose and a non-productive cough, along with what's referred to here as general malaise. Let's see where. An Orem man, once convicted of holding his girlfriend hostage while making DoorDash deliveries, is now accused of entering a Draper house at random in the middle of the night and getting into bed with a woman in that house. Drew Robert Hartung was arrested and booked into the Salt Lake County Jail for investigation of aggravated burglary, theft, possession of a weapon by a restricted person, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Mr. Hartung entered a Draper home at about 3:30 in the morning, yesterday, through a back door, according to Draper police. Keep your doors locked, ladies and gentlemen. Mm-hmm. Investigators do not believe Mr. Hartung had any prior connection to either the home or the residence. The victim stated that she was sleeping with her cat when someone got into bed with her. She thought that someone was her sister, perhaps. However, when she turned around, a homeless-looking male said, "Jen told me to come and get in bed with you."
Wow.
Officers believe Mr. Hartung also took about $500 in cash from her before he left the house. He was spotted by police a few homes away and was arrested. In 2020, Hartung was charged with aggravated kidnapping and aggravated assault and accused of making food deliveries from Provo to Mill Creek all day while not letting his girlfriend out of the car the entire time and assaulting her along the way. He ended up taking a guilty in abeyance plea to amended charges, and the case was dismissed in 2022. Recently, however, he was charged in several cases with stalking and violating a protective order. Those cases were also settled in a plea deal, according to court records. I don't know what they're going to do with this one. Seems to me he has a problem and needs to get help and also needs to be incarcerated, it would seem to me. A man in a wheelchair was killed and his elderly mother died hours after a Pleasant Grove house caught on fire in the early hours of the morning yesterday. Firefighters responded to the blaze. When crews arrived, they were able to quickly extinguish the flames, but as crews began searching the home, they discovered 80-year-old Rosemary Pendley with serious injuries. Crews performed CPR and transported her to the hospital, where she later died of her injuries as a result of the fire. In the continuing search through the home, firefighters found 50-year-old Jesse Pendley, Rosemary's son, in a wheelchair. After attempting life-saving measures, Jesse was pronounced dead at the scene. There were also family pets found dead in the fire. They were both a little bit older, had disabilities. They were trying to take care of each other for a little while, and said the Pleasant Grove Fire Chief Andrew Engeman. And this poor woman, neighbors said that Jesse was the third child that Rosemary lost this year.
Oh, wow.
One from a car accident and another from lung cancer. They said that while Rosemary was a staple of the neighborhood, she had also struggled with lung cancer. And it's just, they're investigating to see why the fire might have occurred, but they believe it was some sort of an electrical issue in the home. Significant flash flood warnings are put out for southern Utah, several locations across southern and eastern Utah, including areas that draw large crowds within the state during the summer. The National Weather Service warned of a flash flood threat starting Thursday afternoon and into the evening. According to the advisory, areas most likely to see flash flooding include slot canyons, normally dry washes, and areas near recent burn scars. Glen Canyon National Recreation Area, Grand Staircase Escalante, San Rafael Swell, I should say, and Zion National Park, all flash flood warning areas. There was thunder last night. I woke up last night and heard distant thunder, but I don't know if we had any rain in the here in the valley at all. But it sounded like the thunder was like on the other side of the mountains or something. Utah's wildfire season is in full swing. The Silver King fire burning west of Marysville, Utah. That's been going since July 5th, I believe. That fire was caused by lightning, and it's still burning pretty much out of control. There are fires burning in several areas around the state, and you're going to see smoky air because of that. Republican presidential nominee and former U.S. President Donald Trump and Republican Vice President nominee J.D. Vance all embraced on day 2 of the Republican National Convention. Donald Trump took to Truth Social to announce that he was selecting J.D. Vance to be his running mate, and the rightmost reaches of the Republican Party celebrated Vance as a masterful pick who would serve as a bridge to the next generation of the populist MAGA movement. But in the background, another much more unexpected group of people were also cheering. Democrats were cheering that J.D. Vance was picked, because things are going to be coming out about J.D. Vance and what he believes that the Democrats believe will be advantageous to them.
Oh, he thinks women should stay with abusive husbands because kids need a two-parent home.
Yeah.
He has said that.
He's also against birth control for an abortion for any reason.
Any reason.
Yeah. Any reason.
Also wants a national abortion ban.
Yeah. So the Democrats think that that's going to be that may be helpful to them. Mm-hmm. And after 35 years on the Las Vegas Strip, yesterday marked the end of the Mirage Hotel and Casino.
Oh.
The resort closed its doors for good ahead of planned renovations and construction of the new Hard Rock Hotel and Casino and Guitar Hotel Las Vegas, which is expected to be completed by the spring of 2027. I have absolutely no thought about the Mirage one way or the other.
You have no warm memories of the Mirage?
I don't know. Did it have anything distinctive about it?
It was that volcano out front and the secret garden.
I don't know the secret garden.
That's where Siegfried and Roy kept their tigers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have been in
but
there.
that's it. That's all I know.
I don't think it's a beloved property.
I just know that Matt Gaetz seemed to be auditioning for a part of being Siegfried and or Roy yesterday at the convention.
He looks so creepy.
Did you see his plastic?
I have not seen the picture, no.
He's gotten an eye tuck or some kind of thing
He's
going.
had a lot of work done.
Yeah.
I'll look up a picture of him here.
He looked like Roy from Siegfried and Roy.
He's got the weird pointy eyebrows.
Yes.
And
It was ridiculous.
Well, maybe he was going to a costume contest or something. No?
No.
All right, that's the news.
Sports weather traffic.
Over 20 seasons, Utah coach Kyle Whittingham has built his football program into a consistent force in the West, and he is being rewarded handsomely for it.
Oh?
Per his last available contract amendment, a longtime Ute coach is set to make $6,525,000 this year, making him the highest paid state employee in Utah. $5 million of that will be paid from the university. $1 million will be paid from the multimedia rights holder, and $500,000 paid by Under Armour. Now you're saying, "Wow, that's a lot of money. How can they pay him that?"
Wow, that's a lot of money. How can they pay him that?
Well, the Utah's football program has brought in $92 million of revenue that's just in 1 year, fiscal year 2023. So they're giving him a tiny portion of that. I'd say he's worth it if he is able to help generate that kind of money. That's how that should work.
How does that money get used? Does it just go right back into the program?
This is the other good thing about it. That $92 million helps funds all of the university's athletic budget. So football raises money that helps everybody else.
Everything down to softball.
I think so, yeah.
Chess club?
Yeah.
Chess team?
Well, I don't know if that's a sport, really.
Lacrosse?
Lacrosse, yes.
Is it a lacrosse
sure.
team? Yeah, okay.
That's your sports. Weather. Oh, and RSL had a tie without Chicho, so that's good. 1-1 against LAFC, so that was good news. Let's see, weather. Bill touched on it a little bit. We are still smoky, and there is another slight chance of thunderstorms this evening. 100 today. It's 80-something in the studio, right? It was warmer today than it was yesterday.
Yeah, somebody left the door open all night.
Traffic, we have a crash on I-15 southbound approaching Park Lane exit in Farmington. The right lane and shoulder are blocked. Traffic backed up to 200 north in Kaysville. Heard from several Infinity members about that accident. Thank you, all of you, for sending that in. Also, somebody says 33rd south between State Street and West Temple is down to one lane due to construction, both directions. All of those came in via text at 33986. The legendary Big O brand tire is on sale now during the Big O Tires Sizzling Summer Sale. Stop in and save up to $100 off the Bigfoot AT or Legacy tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Well, here he is, the old bag of bones himself. Frank Christ, the Reaper of Celebrity Souls, has entered the studio. Good morning, Frank.
Well, good morning, everybody. I'm
Yes?
very happy to announce. I don't know if you guys realize this, but my job is Celebrity Grim Reaper, the Reaper of Celebrity Souls. It doesn't pay very well.
Well, what do you need money for?
Yeah, I mean,
Frank?
you don't have many living expenses, do you?
Well, I have a cat.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What's his name?
I haven't named him
Oh,
yet.
not yet.
No, it'll be a contest probably in the
okay.
future, but I have a cat. And, food's expensive.
Yeah.
Maintenance, all of that. Toys. So I have a part-time job.
Oh, you do?
Well, what is it?
If you're headed to Disneyland this weekend, look for me on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ah,
I will.
I just take off the uniform and
Yeah, you could be any one of those guys.
Yeah.
well,
See if you can spot Frank.
so look for me.
Are you a member of the union?
That's coming next. You have to have
Okay.
so many hours before you.
Frank has joined us here to play the game we call Frank Christ Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
It's our dead celebrity game. Frank is the Reaper of Celebrity Souls, and he has given me a list of 4 actors here. And on this list, 3 of the actors are...
Oh, they're just fine. Just fine.
But one of them, Frank, has had to take, and it is the contestant's job to figure out which one of these celebrities is dead, and if that occurs, this person can win a nice prize. What is it, Gina?
Well, it's the Park City Cocktail Contest. Online voting runs through July 31st for patrons to sample newly created cocktails and inventive mocktails from Park City's talented community of mixologists. See a complete lineup of this year's entries. Go to parkcityrestaurants.com. And in honor of this event, we have a Park City Cocktail Contest swag bag with merch, shot glasses, and other goodies.
And who do we have to play the game?
Tasha is here.
Tasha, are you there?
I'm here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm just fighting.
Yes, you are. Now, Tasha, if you win this this prize, you have to promise that you not show it to or let anyone under the age of 21 look at this prize. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Because it it's associated with alcohol, so we have to be very careful.
Yes.
All right. All right, Tasha, Frank has given me a list of 4 actors. These are actors in movies about apartheid, because it's Nelson Mandela Day today. And one of the actors is dead. You tell me the dead one, and you'll win the swag bag. Ready to go?
Ready to go.
All right. Number 1, Chiwetel Ejiofor. He won several awards, including a British Academy Film Award and a Laurence Olivier Award, with nominations for an Academy Award, 2 Primetime Emmys, and 5 Golden Globes. He was in Dirty Pretty Things, Love Actually, Kinky Boots, Serenity, and Children of Men. In a movie called Red Dust, he plays a black South African politician tortured during apartheid. Number 1, Chiwetel Ejiofor. Number 2, Ian Richardson. He was the BBC's House of Cards. He was in the BBC's House of Cards, as well as in Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy. Other notable screen work included Sherlock Holmes in 2 films, The Sign of the Four and The Hound of the Baskervilles, as well as significant roles in Brazil, M. Butterfly, and Dark City. He was in the epic apartheid drama Cry Freedom. Number 2, Ian Richardson. Number 3, Eric Bana. He began his career in the sketch comedy series Full Frontal before gaining notice in the comedy drama The Castle. He achieved further critical recognition for starring in the biographical crime film Chopper, and as the titular character in Hulk. He was in The Forgiven, about Archbishop Desmond Tutu and his work against apartheid. Number 3, Eric Bana. And number 4 on this list, Juliette Binoche. She was the recipient of numerous accolades, including an Academy Award, a British Academy Award. Most of her work was done in Europe, but she became known as an actress internationally as well. She was in My Country, playing a poet during the apartheid Truth and Reconciliation hearings. Number 4, Juliette Binoche. All right, Tasha, which actor is dead?
I have no clue. Let's try number 2.
Well, that's a good guess. Ian Richardson.
Well done.
Yes, he died in 2007 at the age of 72, and you would know him if you saw him. He was a British actor, very good actor. You would know him if you'd seen him. So congratulations, Tasha. You've won that Park City Cocktail Contest swag bag. Just promise that you won't let any children see it.
All right, hang on the line.
So no apple juice in the shot glasses for my
No,
friends?
no apple juice in the shot glass.
Hang on.
Hang on, Tasha.
All right, I've got to go.
Bye.
I've got to go check on James Brolin.
Oh. Well,
80.
he was just in that Sweet Tooth, wasn't he?
He was, but 84 today. I better go check on him
is?
just in case.
Oh.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Just a reminder about that crash, I-15 southbound approaching Park Lane exit in Farmington. Right lane and shoulder blocked. Traffic backed up to 200 north in Kaysville. I know we're late. That's traffic.
Geek News, Boner of the Day, X-Poll, all coming up. KXRK Provo.
James in Granite. You didn't know that was a place, did you?
Granite?
Granite, yeah. He's a geek, and he's anxious to hear geek news on the radio in Granite.
All right, in Granite.
You sound skeptical.
I just don't think that's a place.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, he says he's from there. Whatever. Okay. No skin up. I know.
Gary's just mumbling.
Boner of the day coming up. We also have the X poll for you. But right now, some geek news brought to you by
Bloomborough, the upcoming Redwall-esque set for Magic the Gathering, coming soon to Haster Games. They'll be holding special pre-release events for this set Friday, July 26th, and Saturday, July 27th. Haster Games, 6831 South State, and online at hastergames.com.
All right. Hey, don't really have a trailer for you today, but this may get us kicked off YouTube, FYI, just so you know. The Deadpool and Wolverine soundtrack was announced yesterday.
Okay.
Now, what's fun about these is that, they always bring in all these great old songs and some really bad, corny,
cheesy stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of cool. I mean, James Gunn kind of led the way with this, with Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think that's great because it introduces this music to different people who may not have been exposed to it before. So let's just take a quick rundown through our Deadpool and Wolverine soundtrack. Let's start. Here we go.
Only you.
Okay, I can see it.
I know that song.
It's the Platters.
Yeah.
Only You and You Alone. Let's see if you can name this one, Gina. Let me get into it.
Oh, Bye Bye Bye.
Oh, In Sync, Bye Bye Bye. This one has been in the first Deadpool movie, but...
I'm old enough to face the dawn.
Angel of the Morning.
Angel of the Morning, where the opening action and credits sequence for the first Deadpool movie were done to this song.
Are you in the picture? Marilee Rush and me, and was it you, Carrie? Or is it just me and Marilee Rush? She came to the Ogden studio once.
Really?
I have no recollection.
I think it's just me and Marilee Rush. I've got a picture of.
Could be. Yeah. Then there's this one.
It's Goo Goo Dolls.
Goo Goo Dolls, of course. Then there's this one, which,
Okay. Power of Love.
You never know how they're going to use it, where it's going to be used in the movie, but...
girl in Cincinnati waiting where the Ohio
Waylon?
Waylon Jennings, I'm a Ramblin' Man. Let's see, we also have...
I'll be so alone without you.
Patsy?
Patsy Cline with the Jordanaires, You Belong to Me. Let's see, we got this one, of course.
Lady in Red.
I predict this is where they introduce Lady Deadpool.
Oh.
I'm With You, Avril Lavigne is there.
Okay.
And interestingly, a song that Hugh Jackman sang from The Greatest Showman called The Greatest Show is going to be in the Deadpool Wolverine soundtrack. Go figure. And Gina?
I got chills. They're multiplying.
Yeah.
I want them to sing it to each other.
There's that
Come
one.
on.
And then, let's see if you know this one, Bill. Here, let me cue in.
The old familiar places that this heart of
Oh, it's Jimmy Durante.
Yeah. I'll Be Seeing You.
I'll Be Seeing You, yeah.
And then finally, the coup de grace.
Eric Carr?
Eric Carmen.
Eric
Carmen. Make Me Lose Control. So there you go. That's your Deadpool Wolverine soundtrack.
I'm excited already.
Good luck with it. Let's see. Noah Hawley says that they have finished wrapping the Alien TV series.
Oh, really? Really?
They have wrapped filming that. James Gunn says that Superman is close to being finished filming.
No, wait. Go back to it, but he doesn't say when Alien is going to air.
Not quite yet. No.
Okay.
But it's done shooting. And then this one kind of shook folks up last night because the next two Avengers movies, and Marvel has said we're going to do 2 more Avengers movies.
Okay.
We haven't said who's going to be in them or what the deal is.
Okay.
And they were talking to Sean Levy, who was directing Deadpool Wolverine, about directing one of them.
Okay.
Well, now this just snuck in last night because I know that if Kevin Feige had his way, he'd say, hey, Russo brothers, come back and do that again.
Ah.
Well, they're in talks. Because if you look at the Russo brothers' batting average since they left Marvel,
What have they done?
it's not been great.
No?
No, they created their own thing. But what they said that they wanted to do, they said, we will come back and do an Avengers movie if we do Secret War.
Which is what?
Which is a 12-issue series where a magical godlike being called the Beyonder
Okay.
transports Marvel heroes and Marvel villains onto a planet
Okay.
and says, y'all fight, and whoever's still alive at the end, I'll let those people live, and that's how humanity will be. You'll be in charge of humanity, or whatever.
But go have this war somewhere else.
But it's on this planet called Battle World. I wonder how they're going to pull this off.
I don't know.
We laughed at Secret Wars when it came out. We did. Anyway, that's what they're talking about. Nothing is complete and final on that, but there you go. It looks like Six Flags and Knott's Berry Farm have merged. Just a heads up.
They'll get better rides then, maybe?
Maybe.
No, they'll get really good pie at Six Flags.
And finally, the popcorn bucket wars continue.
Uh-oh.
Dennis Villeneuve, when he saw the Deadpool and Wolverine popcorn bucket, which is essentially Wolverine's mouth wide open, so you reach into his mouth to get the popcorn. He said, they are tremendously jealous of our bucket, Dune 2's bucket.
Yeah.
He says, they're doing their best to try to bring something horrific into the world, but the Dune bucket is unmatchable.
I would agree.
It's one of a kind.
It's hard to beat.
You'll never beat the Dune bucket. Well, I happen to know that Alien Romulus is releasing a popcorn bucket soon. And I think we'll have to wait and see.
All right.
Traffic, please, Gina.
Yeah, still having that issue. I-15 southbound Park Lane exit in Farmington. I'm seeing quite a bit of slowage. Folks still backed up all the way back into Layton, it looks like, there. That's the only thing UDOT's reporting, and you haven't reported anything. Yes, you. I'm talking to you. You're pointing to yourself right now going, me? Yes. You're out there on the roads. Let me know what you're seeing, and I will pass it along, and that's traffic.
All right. Boner of the day.
Yep, here are the boner candidates you'll be voting for. Now, boner candidate number 1 is Part A and Part B. These are the folks that the Trump Republican Party wants to run our country. Boner candidate number 2, and what was her job before she decided to run for office? And boner candidate number 3, his sexuality was overwhelming.
All right, boner of the day, big boy news, all coming up after these messages and a song. Stand by. Oh, it's Salt Lake Film Society, Frankenhooker. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, this weekend.
That's what's his name?
I can't recall, but I've never seen Frankenhooker on the screen. I don't think most people have.
That's kind of the whole idea with the Summer Showdown that the Broadway cinemas and Salt Lake Film Society are doing. Summer Showdown is they pick these cult movies and they go head-to-head. They play one Friday, one Saturday, and how do they decide who wins? Well, that's how many people come to see these movies. You can also donate online if you feel really strongly about one and you want to make sure they win. But like Carrie was saying, a lot of times you just saw these on your TV. You haven't seen them on the big screen.
This was a VHS rental. I don't think it ever got widescreen release.
It might not have.
I could be wrong. But,
well, you can see Frankenhooker on Saturday night. Friday night is Tammy and the T-Rex. That's one I haven't even heard of before. So check them out. And it's not just the movies they do at Salt Lake Film Society. They have events like the one we had for Pulp Fiction. They do things like that all the time. Trivia prizes, limited edition merch, and swag. It's a whole event. And also celebrate the 70th anniversary of Seven Samurai. They've restored it, and you can go watch that on the big screen.
Oh, wow.
It's the kind of thing they do at Salt Lake Film Society. So get tickets and showtimes at SLFS Tickets.
I drive to work and I come the same route almost every day. And so I'm coming down first south, 100 South in Salt Lake, and I get to State Street where Harmon's is there, and I'm heading west. And usually have to stop at a light at State Street, and then it turns green, and you continue down, and you start passing the mall, the gate, the City Creek. And there's a mid-block traffic light there.
Yeah.
For pedestrians. There are never any pedestrians that time of the morning. And sometimes that light will turn red, and you have to sit there mid-block and wait for the light to change. And then there's another light at Main Street. So stuck at State Street in First South, stuck mid-block, stuck Main Street. It's very irritating. That mid-block light is just a pain in the ass. Now I understand that it's necessary for when there are people in traffic. Actually, there's some car traffic. You can go drive on Regent Street now, so you can drive. It's where Regent Street is and crosses. So but there's never any cars there. They just need to do that. At 5:30 in the morning. It's ridiculous to be stuck there. But I got smart. I figured something out.
You ran the red light.
There's no, I never do that because God knows I'll get caught. There's somebody watching, I know. There's the tunnel that so State Street. There's an entrance to the underground parking garage into the City Creek. You know what I'm talking about. So instead of going to that mid-block light or going on down to Main Street, you can go down into the parking. And I figured out
underneath?
Listen, I figured out one time, a long time ago, that parking tunnel, it just goes down, and you don't have to go into the parking. You can just go up the ramp, and you're right there at Main Street. I would thought, God, I am so clever. And so I do that routinely. I would do that routinely. Down into the tunnel and up on the Main Street. Now, don't ever have to worry about that stupid mid-block light. Until a couple of months ago, I started to go down into the tunnel, and I went, wait a minute, and stopped, because I looked down in there, and there was a gate up. And I thought, crap. And so I went. And then
on to you.
Well, I don't know. And I've done this for a year. I don't know why they started putting up the gate. Then the next day, there was no gate, and so I went and I looked. One time I got down into the tunnel, and there was and I didn't see the gate until I was down in the depths of it. So there's a gate there, and I think, oh God, what do I do now? I've got to figure out how to get back out there because there's a gate. And then as I started to move, I pulled up close, and it opened, apparently activated by my car. And I went, oh, okay. So I can still, if there's a gate there, some mornings, I can still go down there because if I get close to it, it'll open automatically because my car will open it. So great. And so today, went down there. There was the gate. I went, no problem. That'll open automatically. Went down. Nope. Didn't open. So I'm down at the bottom of the tunnel, and everything's gated.
I just sent Carrie, and I just tweeted. I did an ad for City Creek several years ago.
And you want to know how I got out of this, or should you do this part first?
How'd you get out of it?
I had to back out back up slowly all the way back up that ramp onto First South, and then
not a time saver at all.
And then I got caught at the red light at the mid-block.
If you want to see the ramp that Bill's talking about and me driving it and showing you how to park at City Creek, I did an ad for them.
So I just don't know why they have...
People talk about it being difficult coming downtown. Where do I go? Where do I park when I get there? I'm Gina Barbarian, downtown Salt Lake, and I'm here to show you it's easy to park at City Creek Center. Come on.
Look at her go.
Many ways you can enter City Creek Center, but this is my favorite. There's two on First South, but this is kind of a hidden treasure. It's right in the middle of the block.
It's a hidden
you might
treasure.
not think to go in this way, but you should. There are 6 street entrances to City Creek Center's parking garage. State Street, First South.
Well, maybe I'll try some of the others.
I give you lots of
What I don't understand is why they started with the gate all of a sudden.
There's a bunch of them there.
Oh, it's just steps from your favorite
I couldn't tell you.
I'm gonna see if I can get a hold of City Creek management and say, could you just make sure that...
I mean, they've got cameras. Surely they see you.
So
maybe they went, this guy, he's doing this all the time. Maybe we need to fix this.
So what? It's not hurting anything.
It's their prerogative, whether it's hurting something or not.
It's not. Listen, I'm telling you, my tax money, my tithing went to some of that.
You're tithing. When was the last time you tithed?
But tax money went to a lot of that too.
Well, sure. Tax money goes to a lot of things that you aren't allowed to enjoy.
Maybe this morning. So there are 3 gates down there, or 4 actually. I noticed. So the one to go into the parking has never been down, but that one was down today, and the one that just blocks off the tunnel, and then there's one that blocks off people coming out on the other side and going up. So there are 1, 2, 3. There are 4 gates, and they were all down today for some reason. Maybe I wasn't patient enough. Maybe I could have figured out how to get that gate to open. But I mean, I edged up to it, but it didn't open. So if anybody works for City Creek and would like to help me with this dilemma, because I really hate that mid-block light, and plus it's fun to just go whoosh, whoosh, down, up, and be
Bill
on
likes
Main
to
Street.
whoosh.
It's the little pleasures at 5:30 in the morning as I am half asleep coming here to entertain you.
Real big fish. All right, 7:25 now. Time for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst. Which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, July 18, 2024. We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you will vote. One of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
Oh, you can't buy it. You can only win it. The Radio from Hell Boner T-shirt.
Here's Boner candidate number 1, parts A and B. These are the folks that the Trump Republican Party wants to run our country. Speaking at the Republican National Convention yesterday, North Carolina Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson. Robinson, the Hitler-quoting, Beyonce-bashing aspiring governor of North Carolina, introduced himself to a national audience on the stage at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee Monday evening. In his brief remarks, Robinson offered a sober indictment of Joe Biden's economic policies. Under Joe Biden, grocery prices have skyrocketed, gas prices have nearly doubled, and in North Carolina, factories just like the one I worked in are closing, leaving families feeling hopeless, Robinson said in remarks that lasted just a few minutes. The appearance represented a dramatic shift in tone for Mr. Robinson, who declared, "Some folks need killing," during an appearance at a church in North Carolina less than 2 weeks before a gunman trained an AR-style rifle on former President Donald Trump at a rally in rural Pennsylvania on Saturday. Several prominent Republicans responded to the assassination attempt by blaming Biden and Democrats for raising the political temperature.
Yeah.
But Robinson has made a name for himself as a figure willing to defend gun rights in the hours and days after shooting tragedies. He skyrocketed to the national stage in 2018 after a speech he made to the Greensboro City Council opposing its decision to cancel a gun show in the wake of the Parkland shooting. Since then, his weapon of choice, the semi-automatic AR-style rifle, like the one used by Trump's assailant, and his anti-government sentiment have become consistent themes on the campaign trail. I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to tell you that I'm going to keep my AR-15, because if you want it and think you can come and take it by force, you got another thing coming,
cold
Robinson
dead hands?
said.
Do we have cold dead hands?
He says, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot straight at you. And then he said, I tell anybody I got an AR-15 at home and I'd like to go target shooting and all that, but that's not what they're for. He said the guns are there in case the government gets too big for its britches.
Mm-hmm. But you want to be part of the government.
Yeah.
That's,
yeah.
So
There's
you're
him,
talking about yourself? Or?
And then there's Thomas Homan,
Yeah.
who spoke at the convention, who oversaw former President Trump's brutal and anti-immigrant regime as head of Immigration and Customs Enforcement. He stepped up to the main stage of the Republican National Convention and described immigrants as an existential threat to America. This isn't mismanagement, Homan said, of President Biden's border policies. This isn't incompetence. This is by design. It's a choice. This is national suicide, he said. Trump recently promised to rehire Mr. Homan if he retakes the White House. Homan says, I have a message for the millions of illegal aliens who Joe Biden allowed to enter the country in violation of federal law. Start packing because you're going home. The crowd roared. Now, Mr. Homan, by the way, a couple of years ago was invited to speak at another event, the America First Political Action Conference, a white supremacist confab organized by Nick Fuentes, a white nationalist and admirer of Adolf Hitler, who marched alongside neo-Nazis at the deadly 2017 Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia. These are the people.
Yeah.
These are the people that the Republican Party would want to run our country.
He's pals with Nick Fuentes, who has in the past said we can't trust J.D. Vance because his wife is Indian.
There's boner candidate number one, those two guys, and those of their ilk. Here's boner candidate number two. Well, what was her job before she decided to run for office? Carrie Lake, running for U.S. Senate in Arizona, expressing her frustrations with the media. The fake news has spent many, many years being biased, she said. The media has to do better. People are fed up with the nonstop attacks on President Trump. Lake was asked about the term fake news and separating out claims that may be a fabrication and the things that people can see with their very own eyes. I was on Capitol Hill during January 6th. It was not a peaceful protest. 6 people lost their lives in the days that followed. One of the charges against the former president stems from January 6th. This is the reporter talking to Lake.
Yeah.
Those boxes can be found at his Mar-a-Lago estate, talking about the documents and all of that. What about all of that, Ms. Lake? This is all fake news, she says. Fake news, and you guys make this stuff up. And what was her job before she decided to run for office?
I know.
She was a news anchor.
Yeah. So
For
what does she
years.
say about that? Does she?
You know,
her news was
the
fake
media.
news?
You know,
I
her-
was
hers
not
was-
her.
No.
No. What a hypocrite.
And by the way, she's never won anything.
No.
Not
No.
anything she's run for, or the
Nope.
lawsuits that she's filed when she didn't win.
Yep.
Boner candidate number 2. What was her job before she decided to run for office? She was in the news. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. His sexuality was overwhelming.
Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big Boy News and Opinnuendo, brought to you by.
Do you live or work in a building with an elevator that just doesn't seem to cooperate and loves to inconvenience you on a regular basis? Do your property or building manager a favor. Tell them about Metro Elevator, Utah's preferred vertical transportation experts. 801-946-7003. That's 801-946-7003.
So who was the director of Frankenhooker? Well, I was thinking, and I couldn't bring it to mind, that it was Tim Burton. But Tim Burton directed Frankenweenie.
Ah.
Now, Frankenhooker was directed by Frank Henenlotter, who you will know, Carrie, because he directed Basket Case and Brain Damage.
Makes sense.
2 great movies. If you ever have a chance to see Basket Case and or Brain Damage, please seek them out. They're just wonderfully funny horror movies. Let's see, Gina sent me this story. The Country Bear Musical Jamboree has officially opened at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom in Florida, and despite reports to the contrary, one of the show's original characters remains Liver Lips McGrowell, one of the 18...
Go to x96.com/live so you can see.
Oh, there.
One of the 18 original animatronics featured in the Country Bear Jamboree for over 50 years has been renamed Romeo McGrowell in the updated show. McGrowell's appearance has also changed, with the animatronic now sporting a blonde hairdo.
Well.
But he's still there. A source tells People magazine that McGrowell's name change is part of the larger refurbishment of the show and the animatronic bears that began in January 2024. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, the term liver lips is considered offensive and derogatory, though the source did not specify if that was the reason for the name change, but I think it probably was. The Country Bear Musical Jamboree is a show that features animatronic bears that perform a variety show. The attraction was previously called Country Bear Jamboree and was one of the original attractions when Walt Disney World first opened back in 1971. And it's Kerry Jackson's fault that I was introduced to Country Bear Jamboree.
Sorry.
I had never been to it. He insisted we go.
Listen.
He insisted we go.
You enjoyed Blood on the Saddle.
I fell in love with it.
Blood on the Saddle, man.
I fell in love with it. Blood on the Saddle by Big Al.
Yes.
And Tears Will Be the Chaser for Your Wine.
Exactly.
It's a great show, The Country Bear.
It's a different show now. Artie Fufkin sent me a video of it, and he can send it to you too, Bill, if you'd like.
Okay.
But this bear used to play the jug.
Oh.
See, that's
okay.
Yeah. That's why he has
lips.
Lips
I
like
got
that.
it. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see now. A California Democrat running for Senate. That's Adam Schiff.
Mm-hmm.
In a private meeting, said that his party is likely to suffer major losses if President Biden continues his re-election campaign. The New York Times reported this on Tuesday, citing two unnamed sources. I think if he is our nominee, I think we lose, says Schiff. A spokesman for Schiff's campaign didn't immediately respond to a request for confirmation of those comments, but he said it.
I would encourage Mr. Schiff to look up Lyndon Johnson and what happened there and how we got Nixon. Mm-hmm. All right?
Days after a lone gunman attempted to assassinate former President Trump, law enforcement officials are still trying to determine a motive. Investigators have searched the 20-year-old's home, his vehicle, his computer and phone, and they have yet to find any type of manifesto or meaningful clue. Officials close to the case reportedly told the Associated Press. The shooter had a minimal presence on social media. People claiming to be his former high school classmates described him as an outcast. However, they also said that nothing about him seemed dangerous. What is known so far is that the gunman did not have a criminal past, had no history of mental health issues, graduated from high school in 2022, got an associate degree with honors in engineering science at the community college, had tried out for his high school rifle team as a freshman but was rejected for poor marksmanship. They just don't know. They don't know. And this is all, it's so murky that it gives rise to so many conspiracy theories. It's just, I wonder if we'll ever be able to put a light on it and find out exactly what went on here. Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago private club in Palm Beach is set to raise its initiation fees. The $700,000 that it is currently, I was okay with that. They're raising it. They're raising it to $1 million. I'm out. I will not be a member of the Mar-a-Lago club. $1 million annual fees.
You're paying for access to the.
A foreign government can see that as an investment.
You're paying for
really.
access.
Access and a bad chicken dinner, so. Tooele, Stockton, Tooele County. Police are investigating an accidental shooting in a Tooele County home involving a 4-year-old who found a loaded gun. Deputies responded to a report of a shooting at a Stockton home. They arrived to find a younger child had been shot and suffered injuries not considered to be life-threatening, fortunately. But the Tooele County Sheriff's Office confirmed this on Monday. The child was treated at a local hospital, released later that day. Police say that a 4-year-old child in the home found a loaded firearm in the basement. And while the child was touching the firearm, handling it, it discharged, causing a bullet to pass through the ceiling of the basement and through the floor of the main level and into the foot of the younger child on the main level of the home.
You know how this doesn't happen?
Don't have guns in the
Not
house.
having loaded guns in the house.
Mm-hmm.
No. Let's see. And I want to get this in quickly. Because the whole Days of 47 is coming up, the parade and all that.
Yeah.
But if it's not your thing, you still want to have fun. Pie and Beer Day.
Yeah.
The 24th, Pie and Beer Day. For 10 years now, Bad Brad Wheeler, our good friend, has been throwing the official Pie and Beer Day party. This year is no different. Billed as the world's largest assemblage of pie and beer, the event will be held at Beer Bar on 2nd South from noon to 4 p.m. on the 24th. For $25, you get 5 pairs of pie and beer, 5 pairings of pie and beer. There'll be more than 8,000 slices of pie and 20 different beers ready for you on the 24th for Pie and Beer Day. All right, that's it.
Weather, traffic.
Oh, it's hot. 100 degrees today. Another chance of thunderstorms. This is kind of how it's going to be for the next several days. It looks like these afternoon, evening thunderstorms can crop up, and we're just going to hover right around 100. I'm looking all the way into the first part of next week. Sorry to say. And this studio will just get warmer and warmer. And warmer. That issue up in Farmington is not any better. It kind of looks like it's the slowdowns are worse. Crash I-15 southbound approaching the Park Lane exit in Farmington. The right lane is shoulder blocked. And it looks like traffic is backed up all the way to Layton from that accident. Good news is that's the only thing that UDOT's reporting. And let me check. A couple of you are still stuck in that I-15 south backed up to Layton Parkway. Southbound I-15 traffic backed up at Parish Lane. Lots of friends of the program stuck in that. Turn and look at the car next to you. That might be a friend of the program sitting there waiting through that issue.
Wave at each other.
Nightingale College provides the opportunity for an ideal work-life balance from the comfort of your home. 100% online nursing classes. No waiting list. Become a Nightingale nurse. Apply for their upcoming spring semester at nightingale.edu.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Well, his sexuality was just overwhelming. Photos of a tourist grinding on and kissing an iconic statue have sparked outrage in one of Italy's most famous cities. The unknown tourist was photographed climbing onto the replica of Giambologna's Bacchus in Florence, Italy, and then posing very inappropriately with the statue. Patrizia Asproni from Confcultura, a cultural heritage organization, said, "Florence is a city that does not make visitors respect it. These continuous manifestations of rudeness and incivility occur because everyone feels entitled to do whatever they want with impunity." Of course, Bacchus, the Roman god of agriculture, wine, fertility, equivalent to the Greek god Dionysus. The original sculpture is kept in a museum as it was first created in 1560s. The replica replaced it in 2006. But there is a young woman who passionately kisses the statue of Bacchus and then begins grinding against it in a sexual manner. Thousands of people who have seen pictures of this are outraged that this would happen in the city of Florence. And the city of Florence's fathers, the police officers, they're pledging to eliminate this kind of thing. It happens all too often, they say. And tourists, I'm betting it was an American.
Yeah, would be my guess. Yep.
Boner candidate number 3. His sexuality was just overwhelming.
All right. Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. These folks are the ones that the Trump Republican Party wants to run our country. Those being, among many others, Mark Robinson, North Carolina lieutenant governor, who has praised Hitler, who said there are certain folks in the world that need killing, and he keeps his AR-15 in case the government comes, gets too overbearing.
Yeah.
And then Thomas Homan, acting director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement in the Donald Trump administration. Trump says he will hire him again. He spoke at a Nick Fuentes rally a couple of years ago. Fuentes, who is a Hitler-praising fascist. Boner candidate number 2, and what was her job before she decided to run for office? Carrie Lake going on and on and on about fake news, fake news, fake news. Media makes things up. She was a news anchor before she ran for office. And Boner candidate number 3, his sexuality was overwhelming.
All right, let's get to voting. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth, 877-602-9696. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, July 18, 2024. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Now, as soon as we award Boner of the Day, the phone lines will be cleared out for the X-Poll. The X-Poll question today is moving. You've moved.
We've all moved.
I've moved.
Stories of moving.
Moving from one city to another, or one apartment to another. What are your moving horror stories? What went wrong? All right, be ready to participate in the X-Poll right after this. You got 4 minutes. Here we go. Boner of the Day.
Listen to Radio at 33986.
All right, 7:48. Time to award Boner of the Day.
And it's brought to you in part by fish tacos and cob of corn.
And Gracie's open daily for lunch and dinner, now serving brunch every Friday, Saturday, Sunday till 3 p.m. Live entertainment nightly on the patio. Gracie's is located at the corner of 3rd Southwest Temple. Must be 21 or older to enter.
Well, there was really no contest for Boner voting today. The Boner candidate number one, over 100 votes. The others got in the, I think the highest was 25 votes for number two, I believe. But yeah, Boner candidate number one. These are the people that the Trump Republican Party want to run our country, right here.
There you go. Boner of the Day for today, July 18, 2024, now qualified to be Boner of the Week. Is this sponsored, Gina?
Catch 30 Seconds to Mars July 30th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater, and we'll have tickets to give away to that during Beat Gina, about an hour from now or so.
Okay.
Well, it's the X poll, the Radio from Hell X poll.
It's time for you to call 877-602-9696. This is top of mind for me, moving horror stories. So Festus, my sailor son, called me last night and said, "This is my last night in Florida. We hit the road tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. to start driving this way to move from Florida to San Diego." And the Navy moves you, packs up your stuff and moves.
Okay.
But he didn't trust the Navy to pack his 8 guitars.
Of course.
So he's bringing those himself. But we heard from him, and then also remember a couple days ago we had that friend of the program call from Virginia who had a similar situation. He's getting out of the Army and coming home here to Utah, and so moving stories.
Yeah, it's and in moving horror stories in particular, something's generally going to go wrong. I think the last time I moved, what went wrong was I moved from the house I had in the Avenues to the house I'm in now. It was a long time ago. And all of a sudden, the cops surround the truck that I'm driving, loaded with stuff, and they said, "Get out of the truck! You're accused of drunk driving." I said, "What?" Somebody said they saw you drinking a beer while you were driving. Well, that's not the case. But I got out of the car, and they made me do a drunk test, and right here in front of my house. and then one of the cops said, "Well, we're going to charge you because I think I can smell beer in that truck." Okay.
No evidence.
No evidence.
But I'm going to charge you anyway.
Yeah, no evidence because somebody said they thought they saw me drinking a beer while I was driving. Yeah.
877.
Charges were dropped, by the way.
602-9696.
All right, let's go to Allison Sabo. Hello, Allison.
Ms. Sabo, good morning.
Good morning. Good friend program, Allison Sabo, South Salt Lake, mother of dogs. I think having grown up in the predominant religion of the valley, state, whatever, there have been multiple opportunities for volunteers to help people move. And I think the most dreaded thing is showing up at someone's house and, nothing is packed.
Like you're there to just help, move boxes and there's nothing in a box.
Yeah. Yep. I am there to pick up a box and put it onto a truck. This is what you asked me to do. I don't know if you want to keep any of this crap. Do you want it all in a box so you can sort it out later? No. So that has come to the point where if someone helps me, or someone asks me to help them move, I say, I tell them up front, I'm not packing anything. I'm not lifting anything heavy. I am there to lift a box and put it onto a truck and then take it off the truck and put it in your new house. Yeah. And then they never call me back. So it's
That's good. All right. Thanks, Allison.
Thanks, Allison.
There you go.
Love you guys. Bye.
Thank you. That's the thing is don't let anyone know you have a truck.
Oh, yeah. If you have a truck, everyone's going to ask you to move.
Do you have to promise people pizza if you?
Well, that's nice.
Is that what
if
you
they're
do?
helping you move, that's a nice thing to do.
877-602-9696. Moving horror stories.
I just know that this was when we moved into the house that we're in now. This is, I believe, the first time that we ever hired a moving company.
Yeah.
And it was. I have no horror stories. It was the best money I ever spent.
They did a good job.
Yeah. And it was just so much easier. I mean, we moved a lot of the smaller stuff, plates and things like that, but the big stuff.
Did they pack things for you as well?
Only
some companies will do that.
Only some. We packed most of it, as I recall. Jamie.
Hey, Jamie, where are you calling? Where are you calling from, Jamie?
I'm calling from Eagle Mountain.
Ah, okay. What's your story?
Oh, my goodness. Well, when me and my husband got married, we moved to St. George from Pleasant Grove. And on our way to St. George, we lost our box that had all of our wedding stuff. Our wine glasses, our wedding book, our cake top, our
How did you lose it?
Server. It was in the back of the truck, and it just wasn't strapped down, and it fell off the truck somewhere. Well, 3 weeks later, we came back home to visit family, and we found our box just in the middle of the road. It had been hit by a car, so our wine glasses were broke. Our cake and knife server was still intact. The handle was broke off, but we have it still with our names engraved. Our wedding book was fine. But yeah, after 3 weeks, we found it.
I can't believe it just sat there in the road for 3 weeks.
That's amazing.
I know. It was crazy. I was walking up and down at the side of the road trying to find everything that was in the boxes and just crying. My husband said it was the saddest thing he'd ever seen.
All right. Well, thanks.
You still married?
So thankful.
Are you still married?
Yes, we actually just celebrated our 30th anniversary.
Well,
congratulations.
All right.
Thanks,
you.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you.
All right. So there you go. It's the X-Poll. Moving horror stories. 877-602-9696 is the number. Call, participate. We'll continue after these.
Friend of the program says there's a crash Redwood Road, 2100 North in Saratoga Springs in the northbound intersection, causing slowage through that area. Folks still dealing with this crash, I-15 southbound Park Lane exit in Farmington. I see those slowdowns going all the way up through Layton, so people are still dealing with that, I'm afraid. That's all that UDOT is telling me. What are you telling me? You can text us 33986, and I will pass along the information to other friends of the program. Stateroom presents Making Live Music Memories. Check out Tito Puente Jr. and Coco Garcia Rumba Libre Band August 3rd at the Commonwealth Room. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
All right, the X-Poll continues after these horror stories about you moving. 877-602-9696. And then we'll play Beat Gina, all coming up. Stand by. Larson HVAC.
Well, maybe you moved into a new place that has a crappy kitchen faucet. We talk about Larson HVAC, but they're also plumbing, and they have a plumbing special going on right now. For just $196, get a brand new Moen kitchen faucet and have it installed. That's well over a $300 value, but it's just $196 for friends of the program. Faucet has a lifetime warranty, comes with a clean look, single handle pull down, sprayer. You got to have a sprayer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Spot resistant, easy to clean, and it's just for X96 listeners. Call today, 801-930-5450. That's 801-930-5450. Mention X96 when you call. Or you can always go to larsonhvac.com/X96. Of course, they do the HVAC, too. They've done work at all of our houses. I can't wait to leave work and go home to my nice, cool house. Thanks to Larson HVAC. Again, call them 801-930-5450 or go to larsonhvac.com/X96.
603-9886.
Jimmy texted in from Cottonwood, and he says he's never moved. He's lived in the same house in Cottonwood since the day he was born. In Cottonwood.
All right.
I wonder how many people have done that.
I don't know.
You're not helping with the X-Poll, Jimmy.
That's for sure.
Amen. Yeah. Is the X-Poll sponsored?
No, we'll just dive in. 877-602-9696. We're looking for your moving horror stories.
While you were moving. All right, let's go to... This is Corey from the chat room. Hi, Corey.
Hi, Corey.
Hey, guys. It was great to see you Friday night, by the way.
Good to see you.
Thanks.
So, in my previous religiously affiliated life, there's a group in every ward called the Elders Quorum.
Yes.
Right.
And they are the official free moving company of every ward. And so that was almost a weekly occurrence. I was in a presidency once, and it was just never ending. So our president was moving. We went over to his house to help him. He wasn't there. Nothing was packed. His wife was packing. We said, well, what can we help you with? She said, well, the dog poop in the yard hasn't been picked up in a couple of weeks.
Really?
Oh, no.
I looked at her and said, we're not doing that.
Oh, you did? Good for you.
Oh, yeah. No, that was ridiculous.
This is the beginning of your fall from grace.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I wouldn't say the beginning, but sure assisted. So they had a pot on the driveway. We assumed things were packed. We were going to load the pot. Nope. Oh, okay, you don't want to do that. Well, help me pack these frames. So we went in the basement. There must have been 500 or 600 framed photographs just piled up in a closet. So me and the counselor boxed those up and left. We had enough.
And you're the second person that's had the religiously affiliated moving company story about you get there and nothing's boxed up.
Nothing's boxed up.
Oh, it was common. And I got to the point where it's like, we'll come back when you're packed. You let us know, because we are not going to help you pack.
Yeah. Wow.
So, yeah, it's don't ever have people free move you. It's just annoying.
Pay for the movers.
Not cool.
Pay for the
movers.
movers.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Thanks, Corey. All right, let's go to, it's Monty the mailman.
Monty, good morning.
Hey, guys. How you doing today?
All right,
good, you?
Up? Oh, I'm doing great. Just going to go out and see if I can turn myself into a living piece of beef jerky. So I can make this work.
Do you have a moving story for us?
I will be the third religiously affiliated moving company.
Okay.
All right. I was in the Elders Quorum. And so we did moves, and we lived in a place that had many apartment complexes. And there was a week where we did 3 of them in 1 week, and every one of them, same thing. You show up, nothing's packed, and they're just expecting you to box it, pack it, move it. And we showed up. We were exhausted, and they were on the 2nd floor. So we just backed the truck up underneath a window, and we're just throwing their clothes out in the back of the truck.
Yep.
Yeah. And then when we moved the bed, we found all of their meth paraphernalia.
Oh,
nice.
And their nudie mags, and so we just packed those up too. And the dirty underwear that had been under the bed for I don't know how long. But we solved the problem of not having to do any more moves, because we took the meth pipe and we put it in the glove compartment of the bishop, because we borrowed the bishop's truck, and we put it in the bishop's glove compartment, and then tied a dirty bra to his antenna, and then left a note on his steering wheel: check your glove compartment before you go anywhere.
Wow.
And then they had a meeting with the Elders Quorum president the next Sunday, and then lo and behold, the bishop came out and said, we're not doing any more sponsored moves ever again.
Wow.
So,
it's
very
okay.
good, Monty.
That was the last Elders Quorum move I did.
It's okay. We didn't want those people in our ward anyway. So, all right.
Thanks, Monty.
Thanks, Monty.
Thank you, Monty.
Listen.
See you later.
Let's go to Tree of Maine. Hello, Tree of Maine.
Hey, how are you guys?
Fine.
So, my horror story, when I moved out here to Maine, I hired a group to come in and just load everything up. I had it all packed. I paid, I don't know, an ungodly amount of unruly amount of
a lot of money. Yeah.
A lot of money. Yeah. So they came in. They loaded up. There was 2 guys that showed up. I have antiques, big, heavy, full, all wood, antique, heavy.
Sure.
Furniture. Anyway, so 2 guys show up. They have to call in 2 more guys to come in to get it all loaded into the truck. I get to Maine. They tell me that it's not going to show up for another 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks later than that when it finally does show up. The guy pulls up, or the truck pulls up. It's in a torrential downpour, and there's 1 guy in the truck, and it's at 9 o'clock at night.
One guy.
One guy, and I mean, I've got a desk that weighs over 300 pounds that's going to the 3rd floor, and I'm like, how are we going to do this? This isn't going to work. I said, you need to call in some troops. Evidently, because there's not enough people hanging out at the Home Depot or on the corner, like we do in Salt Lake, to come and move all your stuff for you. There's 1 guy.
Yeah.
And what happened?
Were you able to do it?
Well, there was me, my boyfriend, and the 1 guy, and we moved everything in, took out a few walls, but, we got it in.
All right.
Thanks, Tree.
Thank you, Tree.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
See ya.
Let's go to Garrett. I think it's Garrett. Hi.
Hey, Garrett, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Pleasant Grove.
Okay, go ahead.
Thanks for letting me listen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's your story?
So I was moving back from Washington State years ago, and I had my car on a dolly, a car dolly, and the car dolly wheel came off.
Oops.
On the freeway.
Uh-huh.
And it just went rolling and into the other lane, the oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
Luckily, it didn't hit anybody. We were able to get pulled over and get a tow truck company out there. We were never able to find the tire. But we got a new tire on the dolly, and then we were trying to pass through. There's a pass there. I think it might have been Snoqualmie.
It's called pass-through pass.
Sure.
And they had shut it down because it was February.
Yeah.
There was a bad accident. There was a toxic spill, so they had shut it down for 24 hours. So we had to stop and get a motel room. And
This just sounds like bad thing after bad thing.
Horrible day.
Yeah, it was just Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
If it could go wrong, it would go wrong. And that whole moving trip was just...
But you made it.
Thanks, Garrett.
Thanks, Garrett.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. My wife loves packing and unpacking.
She loves it?
Loves it?
She has moved several people.
Wow.
But the deal is that she gets to decide what you keep.
Oh.
And what gets thrown away.
You don't want this anymore?
She will organize your house and put things where they should be. Mm-hmm. And she will take the calls for months afterwards.
Where
you call and ask, where is this? It's all part of the deal.
She likes all of that process.
She loves all of that. She's just one of those organized people. Let's see, text answers. Father-in-law helped us move. A nightstand fell over. Our sex toys fell out. There.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you pack those separately.
Is that what you did, Gina?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Let's see. A friend of mine got a new job that paid for movers. The movers pack everything, including 3 bags of trash that they then found 2 weeks later at their new home.
Well, just to go back, I've always found that moving is a good excuse to buy new sex toys. So you just throw the old ones away and buy
new house,
buy
new toys.
Yeah.
There we go. Traffic.
Okay, so pretty good morning, except for folks dealing with that ongoing issue, I-15 southbound at Park Lane in Farmington. That's still causing a lot of residual slowage. That's the only accident, though, that's been reported in a bit, and you haven't reported anything either. I just was checking our message stream, but if that changes and you do see something you think other friends of the program need to know about, please text us and let us know, 33986.
All right. Beat Gina coming up after some messages and a song. We're going to play the Beat Gina game. It's pop culture trivia, multiple choice. And all you have to do is play to win, 877-602-9696. What is the prize?
Tickets to see 30 Seconds to Mars, July 30th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
Excellent. 30 Seconds to Mars tickets at 877-602-9696. All you have to do is play the game. Beat Gina, 877-602-9696. Stockton 12 Honda.
Yeah, Stockton 12 Honda. It's the Honda Summer Event happening right now at Stockton 12 Honda. You can drive into summer with a brand new Honda from Stockton 12. They have in stock the new 2025 model Honda Pilot and the Honda CR-V. They've both arrived. They both have all-wheel drive, and the CR-V now even comes in a hybrid version, which is really cool. Also, check out the all-new electric Honda Prologue. It's Honda's first ever all-electric SUV, and it is available now at Stockton 12 Honda. The Honda Prologue has a driving experience that's so comfortable, and they say it's an exhilarating experience. I can't wait to drive the Honda Prologue. I've bought several cars from Stockton 12 Honda. It's always been a great experience. Go to stockton12honda.com to see all of their service specials for the month and schedule your service. They have a great service department there. Stockton 12 Honda. They're the 106 South exit off of I-15 in the Southtown Auto Mall. Stockton 12 Honda.
Check-ins?
Let me get the phone interface here, and our first check-in is Artie.
Artie, good morning. How are you?
I'm Artie Fufkin. I smell like lots of sweat.
What?
Sometimes I smell like cat urine. Oh, there we go.
Artie Fufkin. Artie Fufkin.
Hey,
check.
our old friend, how are you? Carrie and Bill and Gina. I listen to you guys every morning. I'm a big time fan. I'm actually I'm kind of nervous talking to you. I'm speechless.
Are you a long-time listener?
Go ahead. Oh, a long-time listener, first-time caller. I'm my kid's dad. Blow me up, Tom. Mega dittos. Holy crap! Am I really talking to you guys? Let me pinch myself.
See, you are Artie.
Damn it!
You are anything
this is not
but
a dream.
You are anything but speechless.
Ever. Ever.
I'm nervous as all get out. I'll just be honest with you, especially.
Yeah, you're fine.
Especially
no,
what?
No, I'm not. I'm on the radio, especially with a lot of people listening. What if I mess up or say something stupid?
Well,
I guess that's
sort of your stock in trade.
Artie, you know what will happen if you do that because it's happened before.
Let's don't go there.
Okay.
Damn it. Don't go there.
So,
what's new, Artie? What's going on?
I haven't heard from you in a long time. How are you?
Oh, well, let's see. I hoard cats. That's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
No, I love cats, and I live in a place where there's a park in back, and people dump their unwanted cats. And for some reason, I guess cats communicate with each other. It's like, hey, check this guy's place out. Not only does he give out fresh food, wet and dry, but there's water there and there's loving.
Oh, the word on the street is Artie's yard is the place to be.
Yeah.
Artie is a crazy cat lady.
He is.
Yeah.
Oh, I am. And they live underneath my bed. I have over 40. And you know what?
What?
You know what I like to do? Have you ever just loved a good cry? Just for no reason, whether you're happy or sad.
Sure.
Just a good cry.
Yeah.
Okay, so I crawl underneath my bed just for a good cry, and then I wipe away the tears with one cat at a time. Once one gets soggy, I grab another one. They're all terrified, but you know what? They have no other choice. Because where else would they go?
I don't know. Artie, now I'm assuming you don't. From all of this, I'm assuming you don't have a girlfriend.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why he's crying, Bill. Come on.
I see.
We won't talk. Thanks for bringing that up.
I'm sorry. I just.
I'm Artie fucking. I smell like lots of sweat.
You sound happy and
Artie,
healthy.
it's nice to hear you again.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I got up about an hour and a half ago, and I've just I sat on the
Yes.
I sat on the edge of my bed, just anticipating this moment. I was just like, okay, I'm going to just do a good job. I'm going to knock it out of the park. And I'm going to be on the radio. Artie Fuffkin, just settle down. You're going to be on the radio. You're going to be fine. And then a cat jumps. Oh, you know what? I had to actually lock all of my cats out of the room because,
you can make this important.
Sure that I do this.
Because this phone call is that important that the cats had to be out of the room.
Oh, no. And they jump on you. And then when you have over 40, they jump, not only in your lap, but they start to crawl up you.
Yeah.
And then they, crawl on your shoulder, and it's just a big mess.
Yeah. Artie, now you called us. Have you got some sort of
news?
Some news for us? What's going on? We haven't. I haven't heard from you forever.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
Oh yeah. Oh, I got my call. I'm going on a mission.
Where are you going?
It's the New Mexico Albuquerque mission, and I'm going to the MTC about 2 months from now. And it's just going to be a mess.
Artie,
no, you're not. No,
Artie,
you're not.
do you know the song, I Hope They Call Me on a Mission?
I'm nervous about that.
Artie, do you know the song, I Hope They Call Me on a Mission?
I hope they call me on a mission.
I thought so, yeah.
But, I have one even better.
What's that?
Okay. They send out, the mission song before you go.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Live and learn the gospel in this enchanted land. Guess the state.
Just the land of enchantment is New Mexico.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Do they really do that? They do that. Guess the
I don't
state.
know.
You just made that up.
Oh, you'll like this,
Yeah, I
Artie.
made that part up.
Artie, we just
What?
got a text from a friend of the program. It says, Artie Fuffkin, I named my cat after Artie years ago, and he's 16 years old. He's a Flame Point Siamese, and his name is Artie Fluffkin.
Well, bring them by the studio or at my house. I'd love to meet him or her.
Do you have any other news, Artie?
Any
other than
big
going,
announcements?
Other than going on a mission to New Mexico.
I guess you guys have let me back in the building after that big stalking.
After the incident, yes.
I mean, we voted no, but somebody else said okay, you can come back.
You voted no.
Yeah, we voted no.
So I guess I'm going to be on the radio again, and it's going to be a hot mess. Especially. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, it's going to be a rolling dumpster fire just every freaking day.
When are you going to be on the radio? When are you going to be on?
Oh, this weekend. What am I talking about?
Tomorrow.
I'm going to be on from 10 to 3. Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Oh, it's going to be exciting.
From
so
10
tune in and
10 in the morning or 10 at night?
10 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Probably should be at. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But you know what? And also the equipment in the studio. Holy crap! It's it's overwhelming.
Yes, it's nice.
I'm used to. I'm used to a standard, but that thing is a stick shift.
Well, listen, Artie, congratulations. Now Katie is on right before you.
Yes, our producer.
So be nice to Katie when you come in.
She's going to introduce you.
Don't scare her.
Oh, well, I have great news to Katie.
What?
I've actually put on an extra layer of speed stick.
Oh,
yep.
good.
So
Okay, good.
That's good to know.
To mask the cat urine and tears. I don't know.
All right.
All right,
We're
Artie.
happy to have you back, Artie.
We are happy to have
I'll
you
be
back.
listening tomorrow.
We're excited.
Good news.
You know what? I will, like an old wise man said a long time ago, I will do whatever in whatever kind of way. Okay.
All right.
So that's what I'm going to do.
Thank you.
So.
That's what I'm going to do.
All right.
Okay, so.
Thank you, Artie. On this day in 1988, Susie and the Banshees released Peekaboo, the lead single from the band's 9th studio album, Peep Show. Just because. All right. Be Gina, brought to you by?
Catch 30 Seconds to Mars July 30th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater. Listen to us all morning long. Also, Todd Newcomb for your drive home. To win tickets, more information at x96.com.
Peekaboo, I see you getting ready to play another exciting episode of Beat Gina. But first, I'm your announcer, Johnny Ola, and many new mothers ask, how soon is too soon to start my baby on cola? Well, Mom, research shows for a better start in life, start cola earlier. Okay. Laboratory tests over the last few years have proven that babies who start drinking soda during that early formative period have a much higher chance of gaining acceptance and fitting in during those awkward pre-teen and teen years.
Really?
So do yourself a favor. Do your child a favor. Start them on a strict regimen of sodas and other sugary carbonated beverages right now
I wanna be
for
a
a
good mom.
lifetime of guaranteed happiness.
But
Brought to
Mom.
you by the Cola Foundation of America.
Oh, really? Oh, well, okay.
And now, it's time to play Beat Gina, and we can't do that unless we have a host, unless we have an MC, and fortunately we have the best in the business.
Aw.
Here he is, a man who started drinking soda at the age of 6 months, your host, Kerry Jackson.
Why I'm so likable and fit in.
You fit in.
So well. All right. The randomizer is picking a contestant now. Gina, it looks like Amy you'll be playing against. Hello, Amy. Are you there?
I'm not.
There she is.
Is that all right, Amy?
You are there?
I guess so.
I'm here.
Okay, thank you, Amy. We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage in the game. You call it heads or tails, please.
Heads.
Heads? All right, let's see what happens. Here we go. It is tails.
Oh.
Gina Barberi goes first.
You're one step further away from winning these tickets to see 30 Seconds to Mars July 30th at Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
Now, that's if you come from behind and beat Gina, but if she beats you, what are you prepared to do in her name?
Make a donation to the road home, or they said Habitat for Humanity.
Habitat for Humanity?
Yeah, that works
sure.
too, sure.
That works, yeah. All right. Here we go, then. We got multiple choice pop culture trivia. It is potpourri today. Different subjects, leftover questions that we have not used from years past. This one, Jamie Lee Curtis trivia.
Okay, give it to me.
Beginning with Gina. Following a December 2022 feature in New York Magazine called The Year of the Nepo Baby,
Okay.
Jamie Lee Curtis referred to herself as a what? Because she is a Nepo baby, of course. Is it 1, Nepo Baby of the Year? 2, the Nepo Baby that killed Michael Myers. Bring it, bitch!
Yeah.
3, the OG Nepo Baby. Or 4, just a regular person thanks to Activia.
I mean, that's true. But I'll go with OG Nepo Baby.
OG is correct, yes.
All right. It's a point for Gina. Now we go to Amy.
Amy, let's see. This is Roy Rogers, the famous cowboy.
We're just jumping all over.
Jumping all over. Roy Rogers started his career as a stunt rider in movies and then became a popular actor starring in silent movies when his first sound movie, The Virginian, in the early 1930s. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to throw this one out because it is written poorly. All right, let's start over.
All right.
Let's start over. Different subject. Lord of the Rings trivia.
Okay.
All right. Ready, Amy? Here you go. Gandalf's, from Lord of the Rings, Gandalf's sword is hiding on set, on screen, on Lord of the Rings.
Gandalf's, okay.
Where can it be found? Is it 1, the wallpaper on Tyrion Lannister's Apple iMac? 2, displayed on the wall of the tavern Checkered Hazard? 3, the huge knife display inside Harlan Trombley's mansion? Or 4, the Iron Throne?
I'm gonna guess 3. I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings.
The huge knife display inside Harlan Trombley's mansion? No, that's Knives Out. That's a different show. That's a different show altogether. Gina?
Well, it's got to be the Iron Throne.
Yes, Gina, it is the Iron
Thank you.
Throne.
Iron Throne is correct. It's 2 points for Gina, no points for you, Amy, and Gina controls the question. I'm sorry.
Hang in there, Amy. We'll make it worth your while, I promise.
All right, let's see. More Game of Thrones trivia.
Okay.
What detail from the book did the costume team omit regarding Daenerys Targaryen's look?
Okay.
This was the way she was written in the book. They didn't do it this way in the movie
Okay.
for her look. Was it 1, violet eyes?
Okay.
Was it 2, her hair should be shoulder length?
Uh-huh.
Was it 3, tattoo of a snake on her face?
Yeah.
It's the snake's head and it goes around
right
her
on
mouth.
her face, yeah.
Or 4, hooks for hands?
Violet eyes?
Violet eyes.
And that's
They're
it. All
watching
she
you.
wrote. That's all she wrote. Sorry, Amy. You were skunked.
Oh, but Johnny, doesn't Amy seem like a very nice person?
I don't know. We didn't get a chance to find out.
She was here and gone so quickly.
Oh, well, Amy, I'm sorry. I just wiped the floor with you, and I feel bad about it, so I'm going to give you these tickets to 30 Seconds to Mars anyway. They're coming July 30th to Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater.
Hang on the line, and we'll tell you what you need to do to get those. Hang on.
I've got to go. I'm going to go have a cola with Mrs. Ola.
Yes. Thank you. Big Boy News now, brought to you by...
Step into a prehistoric world with T-Rex 3D playing in Clark Planetarium's IMAX Theater. Witness the king of dinosaurs in jaw-dropping 3D as it roars to life in one of the biggest screens in town, perfect for the whole family. This adventure is one you don't want to miss. Get your tickets now at clarkplanetarium.org.
Venus, the planet, was bumping into Missy Elliott's music last week.
What?
NASA used its Deep Space Network radio antennas to send Missy Elliott's song The Rain, Super Duper Fly, across the solar system to Venus. The moment is historic, as it's the first hip-hop song to be transmitted to space. Only one other time has NASA used its system to send a song from Earth, the agency said. It took 14 minutes for the song to reach Venus, which NASA said is Elliott's favorite planet, from the agency's Jet Propulsion Lab in Southern California. Total distance traveled from Earth, 158 million miles. Missy Elliott can confidently say her award-winning music is out of this world. Both space exploration and Missy Elliott's art have been about pushing boundaries, said Brittany Brown, director of NASA's Digital and Technology Division's Office of Communications at its headquarters in Washington. Missy has a track record of infusing space-centric storytelling and futuristic visuals in her music videos, so the opportunity to collaborate on something out of this world is truly fitting. I chose Venus because it symbolizes strength, beauty, and empowerment, and I am so humbled to have the opportunity to share my art and my message with the universe, Elliott said in a statement from NASA. I don't know how many Venusians are really fans of Missy Elliott's, but
they will be now.
They probably will be.
If you see her perform when she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, just watch that performance.
It's all space. It's all space.
It's all it's just.
Oh, it's just good.
She puts it all out there.
Oh.
She is
Yeah.
that good.
Yeah.
She is that good.
Uinta County man who was riding his motorcycle across the country was killed in a crash on Saturday, just minutes away from home. A black Mazda was on US 40 near 2200 East in Naples, Utah, around 10:30 p.m. when the driver turned left, crossing into the path of the motorcycle heading west. The motorcyclist crashed into the Mazda, and the rider, Jason Schultz, was thrown from the bike. He was transported to a nearby hospital in critical condition, but he did not survive his injuries. He was fulfilling a lifelong dream. He wanted to do a cross-country motorcycle trip. He had pretty much accomplished it. He was just a few minutes away from home when he was involved in that accident. And he was an Army service member. He was traveling back from the East Coast it's where he helped his son, who's in the Army, return to his duty station. There's a fundraiser that said Mr. Schultz's dream was to ride a motorcycle cross-country, and he did that. Firefighters are continuing to battle the Silver King fire. Over 600 firefighters are camping in the small towns of Richfield and Marysvale as they continue to battle that fire. The exact number of firefighters camping out, 647.
Wow.
Some of them are sleeping in tents at a middle school in Richfield. Many others are outside the Marysville Community Center in tents. Wildland firefighting has its downs. The organization, the structure, we use the incident command system, said Public Information Officer Shelley Olson. She's also one of the campers. She says there are caterers providing food for everybody, which is good. She said the local community has welcomed the firefighters into their towns. The community has received the team and the firefighters with open arms. They've been very supportive. But the fire is still not nearly under control. It's been burning for, what, two weeks now, I think? Something like that?
Long time.
Democratic lawmakers are calling for New Jersey Democratic Senator Bob Menendez's resignation. They're considering pursuing an expulsion vote, which would formally oust him from the Senate. A jury on Tuesday found Menendez guilty of taking bribes and acting as a foreign agent for Egypt. Shortly afterwards, some of his colleagues indicated that they would try to remove him from his post. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer publicly called on Menendez to resign, and New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy encouraged the Senate to step in if they had to, but Menendez says, nuts to you. I ain't leaving. I ain't going nowhere. Only 15 senators have ever been expelled. The last vote to expel was against North Dakota's Representative William Langer in 1942.
Oh, that's
Really?
been that long.
And it was not successful.
It's about time we got to it. He needs to go.
Usually they can convince them to
Well, I think
to step aside.
it should be the law that if you are convicted of crimes, that it's just you don't have to step down. It's just an automatic thing.
Well, the alternative or the other side of that is people voted for him, and he's considered to be their representative, and the thought is that they should make the decision, but. There should be there is a mechanism to expel somebody from the Senate. It's just very hard to do. It's a 5-star luxury hotel, like many others in Thailand, in the capital, Bangkok, replete with grandiose marble foyer, resort-style villas, free-flowing cocktails. But the Grand Hyatt Erawan has now become the scene of something sinister after the bodies of 6 people were found in a hotel suite in an alleged cyanide poisoning plot.
Oh.
The door was locked from the inside. Security footage showed there had been no visitors. Room service ordered earlier that day was left untouched. The bodies of the 6 people were discovered on Tuesday at the Grand Hyatt in Bangkok. 2 of the dead were U.S. citizens of Vietnamese descent. The other 4 were Vietnamese nationals, according to Thailand's prime minister. The Metropolitan Police Commissioner said the bodies were discovered. There were 3 women and 3 men, aged between 37 and 56. The Vietnamese and U.S. embassies have been contacted about the deaths. The FBI investigators are traveling to the scene. The 6 had last been seen alive when food was delivered to the room on Monday afternoon. A maid discovered the bodies after the group failed to check out on Tuesday. Staff confirmed seeing one of the women who received the food, and security footage showed the rest arriving one by one to the room shortly after. It sounds to me like that there is
well, they're thinking it's
a pact of some sort.
No,
suicide.
They're thinking it's a murder suicide.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm.
And there were also some of the bodies found like crawling toward the door.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, my, yeah.
So what they're thinking happened, if I may, from the crime desk.
Yes,
please.
What they're thinking happened is they were all meeting there, and there were some investors, and there are investors there that lost a lot of money in the investment. And so they wanted to punish the people that they invested with, but also remove themselves from the situation because of that.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Millions of dollars, apparently.
Right. Sports, weather, traffic.
Real Salt Lake faced its first test without All-Star leader Chicho Arango after his 4-match suspension was announced on Monday and came away with a draw. So that's pretty good. That's almost as good as you can expect, probably. 1-1 draw on the road against LAFC on Wednesday. Patrick Mahomes doesn't want to miss a minute of the excitement during the upcoming Summer Olympics in Paris. The 28-year-old Kansas City Chiefs quarterback revealed that he's packing a TV to take with him to training camp, and I am just confused. There are no TVs at training camp, don't you have a phone?
I think they're not allowed
to have a TV.
Yeah, I think they're. You know, they don't want any distractions at training camp.
But if you're Patrick Mahomes, you can
take a TV.
You can take a TV. All right. Weather. 100. Tomorrow, 100. I actually took a picture of our air conditioner and posted it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because it's 86 degrees here in the studio with the air conditioner running because the air conditioner generates heat.
Yeah.
And so it's just fighting itself.
Yeah.
And that's what we've got. So, but outside, on the outside, 100 degrees. Those thunderstorms, you might have heard some thunder last night. I did. Bill did. At bedtime, it was thundering, and that could happen. Next couple days, we could have that in the evenings. Hot during the days, thunderstorms during the night. Probably not getting any rain out of it, just a lot of noise and lightning possible. That is weather. Traffic. Okay, you are still dealing with that incident up at Park Lane. Does seem to be easing a little bit, but traffic's still slow from the Park Lane exit in Farmington backed all the way up into Layton. The good news is that's the only accident that's been reported for a while, and you haven't sent anything in via text if you see something, but please do let us know, and I'll pass it along. 33986 is where you do that. The State Room presents Making Live Music Memories. Check out Tito Puente Jr. with Coco Garcia Rumba Libre Band on August 3rd at the Commonwealth Room. Get tickets now at thestateroompresents.com.
All right. Thank you very much. We will take a break. We will be back. And I'm not quite sure how to tease this upcoming bit here.
The national anthem bit?
Yeah.
It's the 5 worst national anthem performances ever.
We have a list.
And somebody sang one of the best ones. Oh,
really?
The Meatloaf one.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Did you send me that one?
I can resend it. I send it to you.
Resend it. Okay. I have the worst, but not the best.
Let me get the best.
All right, send those to me. We'll get to that coming up after these.
986.
All right, it's 8:45 right now.
So you've heard a lot this week. The national anthem done by Ingrid Andress at the Home Run Derby. Who
I heard it way too much.
We heard it a lot, and it's been now deemed the worst national anthem ever performed at any sporting event.
Worse than Roseanne?
Apparently.
Yeah.
But we do have a list of the worst and a couple of the best we wanted to go through with you.
All right.
So
we'll start with these are the top 5 worst.
Okay.
All right. So number 5. Let me get this going here.
This is at the 2001 Indianapolis 500.
Steven Tyler from Aerosmith.
Oh, yes, I remember this.
Let's see. Why aren't I getting any sound? There we go.
Early light, what so proudly we hail, as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through a perilous fight.
Now he's okay so far.
Ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
There we go.
All right.
And the rockets red glare.
Ouch.
He's doing it Steven Tylery. It's not the worst.
You know.
I can take it.
All right.
That's okay.
Let's try the famous one that Bill was mentioning.
Yeah,
This
Roseanne.
Number 4 is Roseanne.
Roseanne at the San Diego Padres Cincinnati Reds in 1990. They're booing her.
Yeah.
Ugh, yeah.
I remember she grabbed her crotch at the end.
At the end,
classy.
Yeah.
Next we have Carl Lewis, Chicago Bulls, New Jersey Nets, 1993.
He's a runner, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
Carl Lewis.
Why did they allow him to do this?
Yeah. Because he's Carl Lewis.
Oh,
jeez.
Oh, say, can you see? And the rockets, red flag.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
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 I'll make up for it now.
Uh-oh.
For the land of the free.
No.
See, the importance of having people around you who will tell you,
You can't do that.
don't do this.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
Then we have Fergie at the 2018 NBA All-Star Game.
I haven't heard this one, but apparently she was just awful.
All right, give me a second.
She, from
Black Eyed Peas.
Black Eyed
yeah.
Peas, yeah.
She's usually pretty good, but
Sure.
It's
a hard song to sing.
The
It
national
is.
anthem will get you.
Mm-hmm.
You're not careful. Here we go.
Through the night, that our flag was still there.
Oh, yikes.
Does that star spangled banner yet wave?
Is she doing like the Broadway version?
I don't know.
They're laughing.
People are laughing. Steph Curry laughing at her.
She kind of hits that.
Okay, she hit that. Now
Yeah.
most people don't.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it gets weird. No, no. Oh, boy.
Okay, there we go.
Now,
What a beating.
I sent Carrie a couple different good versions. There's I don't know which one you want to do first.
Let's do this one first.
Okay.
Let's do with,
What's this one?
This is Meatloaf. Yeah.
Meatloaf.
See, the national anthem is a meatloafy song.
Well,
it's a big.
And that's the thing, is that when he did "In the Land of the Free," that's the hard part.
Yeah.
So many singers decide they want to make that their own, and that's where they screw up.
Yeah.
He just kind of did it.
Yeah.
You know, and he didn't need to make it his own because he's got an amazing voice. And
Yeah.
So.
Bless my soul, every little that rock and roll.
I gave you some other good ones.
There's this one, of course, which I think is probably the best one.
Must be Whitney Houston.
Whitney, yeah. Let's see. Here
They
we
say
go.
she recorded this and lip sync it, though.
If she lip syncs, she's doing a good job because. All right, here we go.
Bring it home.
I don't believe she's lip syncing. I'm just looking
I
at.
just heard. I don't know if it-
I'm just looking at the video, and I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I don't.
I don't
think
know if
she's-
that's fact. I just heard it.
She's not lip
somewhere.
syncing. I can tell you that. Let's see. Now, this is one I've not heard. Jose Feliciano.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It's actually pretty good.
1968 World Series.
He got a lot of crap for this because he personalized it, but
Yeah.
he did a good job.
Yeah, he made it his own.
It sounds very Vietnam-y.
Oh, yeah, it does.
You know what I
doesn't
mean?
it? Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
I think I don't know what you mean.
Just that era, just that kind of folk.
It sounds
folky-
of the
Yeah.
era. All right, now let's see. I'll bet Marvin can do it.
Oh, yeah, this one.
Marvin Gaye?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See, he's doing it like Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
You know, he is Marvin Gaye.
I know, but he's trying to put his own spin on it. I kind of want it without the beat.
Yeah, I was going to say it'd be better without the beat there, but unorthodox, but
Yeah.
but certainly
I just remember
a nice change.
Jose Feliciano catching all kinds of crap.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
For doing it that way.
I'm sure he did.
That was anti-American. That blind guy. What is he thinking?
I can't get the Chris Stapleton to play for me.
Oh,
so
that's
I'm
the one I
sorry.
wanted to hear.
It's being sluggish.
I love Chris Stapleton.
Oh, here we go. Okay. I had to switch.
And you see by the dawn's early light.
Let me get to the meat.
Yeah.
Let me get to the meat.
Through the night that I fled was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That was good.
Yeah, I mean
That was
he
good.
just sang it like himself. You know, that's the way to do it.
We actually had a bunch of people texting in asking for the Chris Stapleton one, so I'm glad we had that one.
There we go. All right, so there you go.
We have people defending Steven Tyler. He stayed on key. They said.
Well, he did.
He did.
But he just screamed it.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't hate it, but, whatever.
It's not our list.
Yeah.
Oh, and now, well, we're going to hear from our attorney.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know we are.
Is there a Led Zeppelin
Well, no,
version
there's
of
a
it?
Jimi Hendrix has one of the probably the most famous.
Hendrix, yeah. So, all right. Traffic.
Let's see. It's still slow. Sorry, Park Lane in Farmington, Farmington to Kaysville. Yeah, that's still a problem. Still hearing from friends of the program. I'm sending you Jimi Hendrix, Carrie, just in case.
I've got it.
All right.
Don't have time is the thing.
That's it. It's bad there, but it's good everywhere else. If it's bad where you are and you're somewhere else, let us know. Text it to us, 33986.
All right, so we're going to take a break. We'll be back after some messages and a song with the Boner Recap game. Should be pretty easy to play today. All you have to do is tell us who won the Boner. If you were listening, you know. If you weren't listening, you could probably guess today. But why take that chance? Cheat. Go to x96.com, look for the box that says Boner Voting July 18, 2024. Click on there and it'll say winner right next to the actual winner. Tell us the winner and you will win what?
You will win tickets to see Hot Wheels Monster Trucks coming to the Maverick Center August 10th and 11th.
Hot Wheel Monster Truck tickets at 877-602-9696. All I have to do is tell us who won the Boner today. Easy. Park City Restaurants presenting the 2024 Park City Cocktail Contest. This is a lot of fun every year. I've judged this a couple of times. And they want you to participate. And here's how you participate. Come on up and try some. It's easy. Bottoms up for the Park City Cocktail Contest. If you know, you know. But if you don't know, let me tell you. They have a whole lot of great restaurants, pubs, and bars up in Park City. And if you're new to the area, maybe plan a little staycation to Park City. It's beautiful.
It's a great idea.
It's a quick drive up the valley. It's always nice and cool up there. Through July, escape the heat, enjoy a night in Park City, and go and sample some of these newly created cocktails and inventive mocktails. If you don't indulge, you can try the mocktails from Park City's talented community of mixologists. Now, some of the rules, and they're different every year. Some of the rules are this year, though. All cocktails are made using at least 2 local products relative to Summit County. That's one of the restrictions for the rules this year. And the prize is $500 in cash and bragging rights for the mixologist. It's a fun annual tradition. You can see a list of the restaurants. You can see a list, more importantly, of the cocktails that are competing at Park City Restaurants.
Catching us up on what he's been doing the last few days. Brought to you by Haster's Summer Sale in full swing. All board games are currently 10% off, with games costing $100 or more being bumped to 15% off. Located at 6831 South State. Get store hours and more at HasterGames.com.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm back.
You went to testify at a trial. We can't give any specifics.
I can't talk about the case, the trial, because it's still going on. But I was cut loose yesterday.
You lucked out being early in your testifying.
When did you testify?
I testified, let's see, what's today? Thursday?
Thursday, so.
I testified yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yes.
And was it interesting? Was just the proceedings going on around you interesting?
I testified Tuesday. I just realized.
Yeah, I thought it was probably
the days are running together.
That's okay.
Yes, Tuesday I testified.
Were the proceedings going on around you interesting?
It was actually quite dull. I wasn't allowed to go into the courtroom at any time except for when I was testifying.
Oh, okay.
Because they didn't want, any influence or something
Sure.
like that.
You take some comic books?
I have my, I have my iPad with my Marvel app on it.
Okay.
But, so I didn't get to hear any of the case. Sean, well, no.
Yeah, you better not.
I better not. I went in. I did a hot... Here's the thing. I did a hot 5 minutes on the stand with the prosecution, and then the judge decided to take a break. Now, she didn't want me mingling with anyone.
Right.
So she said, Mr. Jackson, if you would sit right there, not in the stand, but, here where the audience, I guess you call them.
The gallery?
The gallery, thank you.
Yeah.
Sit in the gallery there, if you would, please. And everybody left, except for me, the defendant, and the two people watching the defendant.
Uncomfortable.
Super uncomfortable. So, and I could feel him looking at me, and I just like, so I looked up at the ceiling and closed my eyes and just, went away.
Is this a jury trial?
Yes.
Okay. 6 men, 12 men?
It looked like 10.
10 people?
Yeah, 10. All locals. And it was an interesting. It's something I've never done, and I don't want to do again because there's a lot of pressure. So then after the break, after the staring thing, then it was the defense questioned me, and that was a hot 5 minutes because I wasn't giving him what he wanted.
You were answering truthfully.
I was telling the truth, but very short answers, and. So
were you ever admonished by the judge? Mr. Jackson, please.
No.
You weren't held in contempt?
I was not. I was hoping.
Were there any objections from either side?
No, I was prepared for that because they warned me. They said, now, if any of the attorneys object, you have to stop answering your question right away.
Yeah.
And if at any point, the whole thing. Oh, there were 12 people. I didn't count, Ed. Thank you. So that was a very interesting thing. So it's a federal court. And I was just relieved when the judge said, she looked at me and she said, "Thank you, Mr. Jackson. You are now free of any subpoenas and
That's it, you're done.
And business before the court. Go and enjoy Hawaii."
In the little bit of time you have.
So did you?
No.
Oh.
Now you
So
said
what did you go do?
You said something about a supermarket off the air.
Oh, yes. Now, we're there at the hotel, and you never want to shop in the hotel shops because they're always very expensive. I did just simply because I was lazy for a couple of things. But when we got there on Sunday, I realized I need to get some supplies, water and things like that. Sure. And so I asked the front desk and said, where could I go? And said, well, there's a Target just like 3 blocks away. Terrific. So I go over to the Target, and the Target, I was very disappointed.
What? They usually have everything.
Well, it was Sunday night. It was crowded as hell. The shelves were empty, and I didn't get all the things that I needed. So I walked back to the hotel, and I told the guy that I talked to. I said, it was a very disappointing situation. He goes, well, there's a place that I go.
Oh, a local place.
And I went, yes. He says, I'm not sure if you'll like it or not. I went, oh, I will. Trust me. And he says, well, it's a place. It's like 4 blocks that way. But it's look for a big sign that says Don Quixote.
Wow.
And I thought, well, that's interesting.
The Man of La Mancha?
That was my first thought. But then I realized it was spelled differently. It was spelled Qujot, I believe. And so I'm walking toward it, and it's this it's a Japanese supermarket, and apparently there are many of them. And you go inside, and it's got everything you need. This is where I spent most of my time.
At this grocery store?
At the Don Quixote, because everything was affordable. They had meals ready to eat. Because they would prepare food. They had bento boxes, hot and cold. They had sushi and everything you need. It was interesting because there was a large selection of Japanese liquor, but I was looking for Korean soju, and the Korean soju section was like 3 feet. Just very small.
They begrudged them space, probably.
Exactly.
Here you go.
Were there live fish?
Did not see any live fish, no. But here's the thing. I flew on a Japanese airline a long time ago. You remember me telling you about that?
Yeah. Great experience.
And it was a great experience, and the Japanese airline had their own theme song. Guess who also had their own theme song? Now, when you go to a grocery store and you hear, the first time I heard Elvis Costello in a grocery store, I was like dismayed. But this is what you hear.
Like on a loop?
On a loop.
I'm there.
Now here's the thing. It's pleasant, right?
Yeah.
And it, you're chopping along, and she's singing Don Quixote.
Yeah.
A pleasant shopping experience.
Sure, yeah.
And I loved going to Don Quixote.
Yeah.
Problem is when you're trying to sleep.
Oh no, this is your earworm.
The Don Quixote song is your earworm. But a great store. And like I said, everything was affordable. I was able to get all kinds of stuff. I was able to get coffees and all that stuff. But right smack dab in the middle of the store, and I should have sent this picture to you guys in the producer's booth. Do you know what Gundam are? The giant Japanese robots?
Yeah.
The model kits?
Yeah.
Right in the middle of the store, about a 300 square foot section of just Gundam models.
In the grocery store.
In the middle of a grocery store.
Cool.
Like you do.
Why Don Quixote? Why?
I don't know.
Is it called
the
that?
mascot is a little penguin, and he's adorable. He's a little blue penguin with a red, kind of Santa hat on. And he's all throughout the store.
Okay.
He's gesturing at you.
Yes. Don.
How about this?
There he is. Don Quixote discount stores. I'm looking him up here.
So was your trip worth that?
Worth that, yes. I love this store. And what was also great about it was that outside the store, along the outside of the store, were all these small, locally owned little tiny restaurants. They're clearly family owned. So there was dim sum of the day. There was even gyros and all kinds, noodles.
Why is it called Don Quixote?
Yes.
They discover something new every time they visit. The franchise was named after the literary character Don Quixote, although it's spelled different. And what is it famous for? It is famous for a wide variety of discount items.
Well, I looked up the lyrics.
Oh, x96.com/live.
Oh, there you go. That's exactly the display in the middle of the Don Quixote of the Gundam robots and model kits that you could buy. So yeah, we need to. I was screaming we need an H Mart.
Yep.
Which is a Korean store.
One.
We're getting an H Mart. Now we need a Don Quixote. Is what we need.
Yeah, why not?
This is a great store.
Absolutely.
I just loved it, and I spent that's where I got most of my meals. Was at Don Quixote.
Just prepared.
Yeah, they're just little bento boxes to go, and then you could get grab you a little soju and a little this, and head back to your hotel. And
why is it so cheap? We purchase from overseas wholesalers, and we are able to purchase products at wholesale prices and pass them on to you.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I recommend it.
Kerry Jackson says yes. Jim in Roy says he doesn't want to come down either. In Roy.
In Roy.
He wants to stay up.
Boosh. All right. Well, let's see. I think that it is time for the boner recap.
Do we have a contestant for that?
Rhett is here. Hello, Rhett.
Rhett, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Let me listen.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's our
I'm doing
pleasure.
well.
Good. Hey, Rhett, where are you calling from, by the way?
I'm at work in Lehigh.
Okay. Rhett, the boner recap is here. You tell me who won of the three candidates when I recap them for you. And you will win. What is the prize, Gina?
X96 welcomes Hot Wheels monster trucks to the Maverick Center August 10th and 11th.
You'd like to see that, wouldn't you, Rhett?
I would, yeah. So would my kids. Yep.
Okay. Rhett, here are the three boner candidates. If you heard them earlier, this will be no problem. Did you hear them?
I did hear them, yes.
Okay, you've got it in the bag then. Here we go. Boner candidate number one was two people, two-parter. These are the folks that the Trump Republican Party wants to run our country. One of them being North Carolina Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson. He spoke at the convention. Mr. Robinson is he's running for governor of North Carolina. He's the lieutenant governor currently. He talks. He's a Hitler lover, and he's a AR-15, an assault rifle lover. And he says there are people in this world that just need killing, and I have an assault rifle, not because I like to go target shooting, but I have it because, well, you know, the first thing you're going to do is if the government gets too big for its britches, I'm just going to use this AR-15.
Is that why you're in government?
And you're talking about yourself there.
Yeah. Plus, you know they have drones, right?
And also Thomas Homan, who was the director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Donald Trump has said he will put him in that position again if he's elected president. He will be running the Immigration, Customs, and Enforcement. He's a peach. He really is. He spoke at a rally for the what was it called? The Heritage Foundation. No, not the Heritage Foundation. What's that organization called? Anyway, it's
white,
a Hitler lover.
Yeah, I was going to say it's white supremacists.
Yeah, white supremacists. Yeah. He spoke at one of their conventions, and he tries to pretend that he's not one of them, but he is.
He is.
And of course, we ought to throw Hulk Hogan in there.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Hulk Hogan is going to introduce Donald Trump when he gives his acceptance speech. Hulk Hogan, who was recently fired because he used the N-word.
And was videotaped having sex with his best friend's wife.
Yeah. But let's forget all of that.
That didn't happen. Fake news. Fake news.
Or these are the kind of things they like.
Yeah.
Really.
It's number one, although fake news is number two, because Carrie Lake, she goes on and she's been running for Senate and in Arizona. She goes on and on about fake news and how the news media they make things up. Well, she was in the news media before she decided she'd run for office. She was
everyone but
news
her.
Anchor.
She's the only one that.
Right. And then boner candidate number three, some horrible tourist in the city of Florence who decides to have sex with a statue of Dionysus, or Bacchus, actually it is, rubbing herself up against it and just acting in a very unseemly manner. So those were the three candidates. Rhett, who was the winner?
It was number one.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. Overwhelmingly number one, and you get to go see. You're an American. You get to go see the monster trucks. That's what we do here in America.
That is an American activity.
Yes. Yeah. So, hang on, Rhett. Somebody will tell you how you can get your tickets.
Yeah, we'll get them to you. Hang on. All right. Well, we will take a break. We will be back after these with big boy news and opinioendo. Stand by for that. BigOTires.com.
They are the team you trust, Big O Tires, and right now, save $100 on Big O Tires' legendary Big O brand tires. It's their house brand, and they are terrific tires. I've got them on both of my cars right now.
And you should also look into getting your AC serviced. Get $10 off any AC service now through July 31st at Big O Tires. We've heard from friends of the program that are getting ready to take road trips. Some people going down to Powell, or whatever you're headed out to do. A lot of people over the Pioneer Day holiday take a road trip. Have Big O check out your car before you go. Stop in for tires, wheels, alignments, rotation, balances, oil changes, brakes, battery, shocks, struts, fluids, and more.
Big O knows that all of that stuff can be an unexpected expense, so they want to make sure you have financing options to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape. No credit needed financing options to fit any budget and any situation. 50 locally owned and operated locations in Utah. You can make an appointment online. Go to bigotires.com. They are the team you trust.
It's Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
Rooted Cafe, delicious fresh food, full bar to nourish your body and soul. Open daily for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and brunch. Rooted between Little and Big Cottonwood Canyons and Cottonwood Heights.
Well, Gina, we have all these things to worry about, of course. We got COVID, we got the bird flu.
What else?
You got the monkeypox.
Yep.
You got Ebola.
Mm-hmm.
And then how about staggering disease?
Oh, I don't know this one.
Yeah, well, you better get learning it. A mountain lion euthanized in Colorado last year had the first recorded case of staggering disease in the species in North America. Colorado Parks and Wildlife officials were forced to euthanize the sick cat in May of 2023 because it was unable to use its hind legs. An analysis of the mountain lion's tissues revealed the presence of the Rustrella virus, or RUS-V, or staggering disease. It's a virus. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention released an early study on the virus, with a final version coming in August in its monthly publication. See, you would have found out about this
if I had my subscription.
Well, you're going to get the August issue.
Okay.
Oh, it's coming.
Okay. Emerging Infectious Diseases is the name of the publication,
I know
which you get.
Oh,
that,
sure.
Right? The early report contained more details about the animal and the virus. They received a report about a 1-year-old female mountain lion in a residential area of Douglas County with severe hind leg ataxia and paresis. The animal was reluctant to rise, had markedly decreased capacity to move or bear weight on the hind end.
I'm reluctant to rise.
And you have really, you don't want to bear any weight on your hind
Why
end.
Why would I?
The animal moved by pulling itself forward with the front legs while minimally propelling itself with the hind legs. The animal appeared depressed, but was still responsive to stimuli. They did tranquilize and then euthanize the animal. So can this jump to humans? They're not sure.
Oh, yeah. Everything jumps.
Sure. I mean, well, it's a virus, so theoretically, I guess it can. Let's see. Jon Stewart and Bill O'Reilly have reunited for the first time in a decade.
Ooh.
They're the comedy duo of the century.
I guess. The Daily Show originally planned to cover the Republican National Convention from Milwaukee this week, but after Saturday's attempt on Donald Trump's life and increased security measures at the event, Stewart had to settle for a debate with Bill O'Reilly. O'Reilly, who was ousted from the conservative news network Fox, settled a sexual misconduct suit for $32 million in 2017, has long relished sparring over politics with Stewart, and argued Tuesday that doing so actually softened bipartisan vitriol.
Does it?
I don't think so.
No.
Now, I truly hate him, O'Reilly joked on the show, but I just don't show it. But now that's not rewarded, he continued. That kind of détente where two people look at life differently isn't rewarded. The haters get the big money, and so that's what you have, and I think all Americans have got to hold the corporations accountable. That's Bill O'Reilly speaking.
What?
He famously made his bones as the irate host of the O'Reilly Factor.
Mm-hmm.
O'Reilly seemed to suggest it was liberal media's fault for America's hostile political climate.
No.
You can't do anything about the guys in the basement, these conspiratorial nuts. You can't do anything about that, he said Tuesday. But you can say to corporations, you better knock this stuff off. You better stop calling people racists and Nazis and this and that.
If they're being racist, they should be
called
racist.
If they're, yes.
Jon Stewart said to Bill O'Reilly, you and I are both somewhat fossilized practitioners of the rhetorical arts, and we made a really spectacular living pushing those envelopes. It seems now to say those other people should stop, well, you know. He trailed off to applause. O'Reilly then falsely claimed that President Biden had likened Trump to the Third Reich.
No.
In an interview Monday with Lester Holt. You know he didn't say that, right? Stewart replied. Stop monetizing your anger.
I'm tired of all of it.
Yeah, I am too. Reading this description of it says to me, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, the fact that Stewart thought it would be okay to have O'Reilly on, period.
Yeah.
You know?
90 giant African snails or Snells if you prefer, were confiscated by U.S. Customs and Border Protection at the Detroit Metropolitan Airport late last month.
Is this the invasion we need to worry about?
90 giant African snails, an odd odor coming from a passenger's bag, tipped off agriculture specialists, officials said in the release. The passenger, who was arriving from the West African country of Ghana, was stopped for secondary investigation after declaring fresh food items. Before opening the bag, the passenger declared other prohibited items, including beef skin, fresh peppers.
Wait a minute. Back up to beef skin. Isn't that just leather?
Leather?
I'm confused. What is...
Fresh beef skin.
Untanned.
Uncured beef skin.
Yeah.
But the passenger made no mention of giant snails. The African snails, ranging from 3 to 6 inches long, were subsequently seized, according to customs agents, who believed that the snails were intended to be eaten. The slimy gastropods can grow to 8 inches, that's big, and are considered an invasive species that could negatively impact our economy. Snails eat at least 500 different types of plants and can even eat plaster and stucco off of houses. So anyway, thank God. Thank God they stopped them. Let's see. Archaeologists have unearthed human remains dating back to more than 1,000 years. During an excavation in Malmesbury, England, 24 individual skeletons were found on the grounds of the Old Bell Hotel next to Malmesbury Abbey in the UK. The burials date back to the 7th century, and the Anglo-Saxon skeletons are believed to be from 670 to 940 AD. They were next to the old abbey, so it's the graveyard at the abbey or at they were positioned. The graves are positioned not in the believed location of the medieval cemetery, though, to the south of the abbey, but west of the former abbey. Even more astonishing is the identification of Saxon remains. It's a first for Malmesbury, where no physical evidence of early monastic life had been found before. They're always finding old graves in England. It happens all the time.
Yes.
Let's see the Emmy nominations. Shogun leads Emmy nominees with 25 nominations.
Watch it. It's great.
The Bear has 23, which is a record for comedy nominations. Nominations for the acclaimed culinary phenom The Bear includes Best Comedy Series, Best Actor in a Series for Jeremy Allen White. Both awards it won at January's strike-delayed ceremony, along with Best Actress for Ayo Edebiri, who won Best Supporting Actress last time around. It was also boosted by a bounty of guest acting nominations, including Jamie Lee Curtis and Olivia Colman. And you know
they
who
were
was
both great in it.
You know who was really great in it was what's his name? He used to host the show on E. That's where we knew him for.
Joel McHale was who.
Joel McHale.
That's this season. That's not last season.
Yeah, Joel McHale was great as a villain this season.
But I mean the Emmys were for last season, so Joel McHale. would
No, Joel McHale was in the previous season.
Was he too?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Weather.
It's hot. 100. Maybe dipping down into the upper 90s. We'll still have some chances for those afternoon and evening thunderstorms, about a 20% chance. We had them last night for sure. A couple days left where that could be a possibility. Overnight lows in the 70s. Step into a world of spiritual wonder. Discover the magic of the metaphysical at Cat and Cauldron in Taylorsville. Experience the enchantment like never before. catandcauldron.com.
at 33986.
Stuff the bus. Stuff the bus.
No, wait. This is not like how many people you can stuff into a phone booth or stuff the bus. This is for a good cause.
This is for a good cause. Yes.
We have with us in the studio Bill Krim, who's the CEO for United Way of Salt Lake, and also from Comcast Xfinity, Casey Crocherone, or
you nailed it.
Wow,
good job.
really?
Is it Crocherone?
Yeah, you got it.
How about that? He is the senior marketing manager for Xfinity, and let's start with Mr. Krim. Bill, what is stuff the bus?
Stuff the bus.
You're right. It's not about stuffing people. It's about helping kids. This is our 14th year of rallying the community to help kids get a great start in school. United Way works with several school districts, about 20 schools, 5 community centers. Our goal is to make sure every kid has the tools and the resources they need to show up on day one ready to learn.
I feel like they need more and more for school.
All the time.
Like when we went to school when we were younger, it was like a lunchbox and a pencil, and that's all
a
you
number
need.
2 pencil, and that was it.
More and more stuff they need.
Yeah, they do. And imagine if you're a parent who maybe doesn't have enough money to buy those things.
Yeah, exactly.
And suddenly you're starting to stress about the experience your kids are going to have. Imagine you're a parent maybe who's a refugee who hasn't ever sent a kid to school before, and you just don't know where to start. Stuff the Bus is helping solve that problem.
All right. So when is this happening, and where is it happening?
Well, so it happens in stages. Right now we're collecting resources, supplies, money at uw.org/stuffthebus. And the goal is to amass all the tools we need to actually do the backpack stuffing. We stuff about 11,000 backpacks.
11,000?
11,000.
Wow.
And then we also collect about 100,000 supplies. Most of those supplies go into the backpacks, but we use the extras to support teachers and schools who often have to buy their own supplies.
Oh yeah, I know several teachers. They spend
their own money,
on 500 a year.
Yeah.
On stuff for their kids, and they can't write a lot of that off.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Casey, how and why is Comcast involved in all of this?
Well, yeah, Comcast and United Way have had a long-standing partnership, and that really stems because we share some of the same commitment and values of strengthening Utah by getting involved with some of these initiatives that really help to grow and build stronger communities. And so this is an awesome opportunity for us. Particularly, I was thinking about, I'm a parent. I have 2 kids. I can't imagine. It's stressful. Back to school can be stressful.
Yeah.
I'm buying all these clothes, everything like that. And for the parents, it could be stressful. But I can't imagine being a child showing up to school without the basic tools that you need to start. So this is an excellent opportunity for us to get involved with. And United Way is just a great partner that we've always teamed up with in that way.
Now, how do the people listening right now, the general public, how do we all get involved in this?
Well, often, and this year included, we will hold a big event where we actually stuff the backpacks.
Oh, okay.
This year, all the volunteer slots for that are filled already. Our community has shown so much support that on August 8th, we have more than enough volunteers to get the job done. What we need now are the tools and resources to do it. So people can help by bringing school supplies to the Xfinity store in Station Park in Farmington on Saturday. That's the main thing people can do, is just help us fill those backpacks with things like crayons, pocket folders, spiral notebooks, highlighters, pens, pencils, glue sticks, etc. Between 10 and 3 on Saturday, this Saturday, at the Xfinity store in Farmington.
Just that one location.
That's right.
No, actually, the other thing is we do have most of our locations across the Wasatch Front that are participating. So people can actually bring in supplies to it. We have some bins that they can actually donate supplies at any one of our stores.
Well, that makes it easier. Yeah.
Oh, there you
go.
Yeah,
so
that's the way to do it.
It's another way for us to be able to extend our outlets through our retail locations to gather supplies to provide to this.
So go to a Comcast Xfinity store near you, and they likely will have information there and a bin there and what. Now, is there a place that people can go and see a list of things that's needed?
Yes, our website uw.org/stuffthebus will provide all the information about this.
Okay. And again, you want to make it a big deal though on Saturday
Sure,
at the
yeah.
at the what's it called, Station Park? Is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
it's up at Farmington, our Station Park Plaza store, which is like 280 North Union Avenue. And yeah, from it's 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay.
We'll have the bus up there. Encourage people to come out. We're also going to have some family activities out there. So snow cone truck, family games, all that kind of stuff. It's a free event. All we ask is
okay, great.
just come up, bring some supplies. Check out our beautiful store in there. See some of the products and services that we have that can save people money as well, because this is a time where people are looking to cut some costs, and we have some great things to do that. But this is where we're really trying to gather people up and get people excited for coming out and having a good time with us.
Okay. United Way, of course, been doing this for 20 years, did you say, Bill?
14 years with Stuff the Bus.
11,000 students across the state has been supported. 77,000 individual school supplies, 7,800 backpacks. So you've got the stuffers.
You just need the stuff.
You need the stuff. But
And
the
if you
stuffers
go
can
to
stuff.
if you go to Station Park, there's places you can buy these things at Station Park.
That's true.
So that makes it easy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So if you want to find out all the information about this and help out kids get back to school and have a fun day Saturday with your kids with snow cones and getting them involved in doing something that's, hey, come on, kid, this is your civic duty. Let's learn all about that. You can go to the website again, Bill Krim. What is that?
uw.org, and it's Stuff the Bus /Stuff the Bus. And if you don't have time on Saturday, you can't get the supplies and get to an Xfinity store.
That's me.
Make a donation on that same website.
That's where we'll do it.
Easy.
All right.
Easy.
That's easy.
The way to go.
All right, Bill Krim, thanks for being with us, and it's always a nice. United Way has always just been terrific for doing this kind of thing, and we're very glad that Xfinity Comcast is involved. Casey Crocheron, thanks for coming in.
Thanks to all of you.
Appreciate it.
Really appreciate it.
Talk to you
Yep.
later. All right, we will take a break, play a song, crawl towards the exits coming up after these. True Fru, spell it right, Trufru.
The featured True Fru this week is Pina Colada.
It may be my favorite.
Because they're real pieces of fruit, so these are little pieces of pineapple, and they have coconut and white chocolate around them.
And then they're froze, and they're froze in these bite-sized nuggets, I guess you could call them.
Now, you can find them in the frozen aisle, different sections in different stores. I know in Harmon's it's where the frozen fruit reside, and then in other stores it's by the ice creamed novelties and things
Frozen
like that.
desserts.
Yeah, things like
Ooh,
that.
Katie just brought some in, Carrie.
So there we go. So go take a look and pick them up. I've got blueberries and strawberries at home. I haven't tried them yet. Probably going to try them tonight.
I love that this is a local company, and I'm kind of embarrassed because we've had like a lot of people say, "You guys are just now finding out about True Fruit. That's been my favorite snack for a while." We're new to the party, but we're big fans already.
Yes.
And thanks for making us fans, True Fru. We do appreciate it. If you want to find out more about it, you can just go to truefru.com.
Yes.
Yeah.
Need some geek news? Carrie, bring.
Found a website that people will really like, I think, and I'll get to that in just a second, but because it has to do with bugs. I was at the University Pharmacy. I think it was on Monday, and I came out into the parking lot, and the guy who sort of takes care of the parking lot, Mike, said, "Oh, you see all these bugs, these little bugs flying around." I went, "Oh yeah, there are clouds of these little bugs. Have you guys seen them?"
No.
Pay attention, like when you go home, and I saw it, and then I went home, and there were clouds of them all around my yard.
They're following you.
No, they're not. They're just everywhere, and I thought, what the hell is this? And so we did a little research, and actually, Uncle Todd found out what they were. These little nightmares are blue ash aphids, usually prevalent in the Pacific Northwest. Nobody is sure how they ended up this far south, but they're here until the first deep freeze. Unfortunately, because there are so many, that means they're going to lay eggs by the millions in the trees, and we're going to have them next spring. And so I did a little more research looking them up, And indeed, they are in the past, they have been confined pretty much to the Pacific Northwest, up in Seattle, Oregon, around the Spokane area, and there are numerous news articles about them.
Okay.
How people are just, they're
They
just
look-
annoying.
They look like a fly you would use for fly fishing.
Yeah, kind of. They're blue ass aphids, or I mean blue ash aphids.
You call them.
Yeah, blue ass aphid. They have furry butts, kind of.
Sure.
And so I thought I wanted to do more research. I'm looking up, and I'll bet some people are listening right now. You know what we're talking about? These clouds of. Just watch for. It's sort of almost not noticeable, and if you're not paying attention, and then all of a sudden you realize there are thousands of them around. And so I went to this website that I found, and I would advise you all to look it up because it's great. Insectidentification.org. And it says there are over 1 million identified species of insects and spiders in the world, with many more still awaiting discovery. Now, with this website, you can find any of those million that have already been identified, and you can find them either by type of insect, like if you want to know types of spiders, types of beetles, or you can find insects by state. What insects are common to your state? And so I looked up Utah, and we could look at, and then it's further broken down. Do you want to know about Utah spiders? You want to know about Utah dragonflies? Name something you want to. Utah. I don't know what Utah true bugs are. Maybe they're the ones you find only in Utah. Should we click on that?
Sure.
Let's see. Utah true bugs, and here's what we find. Something called the ambush bug.
That's a DC superhero, by the way.
The assassin bug. And and then you can click on these and it'll tell you more about them. Let's see, the broke-backed bug. Any one of these you want to know about, let me know. The brown marmoted stink bug. How about the plant bug?
Plant bug?
Yeah. The Red Cross shield bug. That's kind of a beetle. All of those are pretty much beetles. But it's just fascinating how many different insects you can find. Spiders, butterflies, wasps, crickets. You can find, if you want to know just any green bugs in your state, any blue bugs in your state, you can just find all of them. It's just incredible.
Look up bark beetles.
Carrie's
got bark beetles.
I got bark beetles.
Yeah, okay, Utah beetles.
It's killing the blue spruce.
Let's see, there's there it is, the bark beetle. Yep, it's killing it, and it says it loves evergreens, blue spruce.
It's ruining trees.
It's killed it pretty much.
Mm-hmm. But that's just one of many beetles. It's just incredible how many different varieties there are. And Utah dragonflies. There are 25 different species of dragonfly in Utah. There's the American ruby spot damsfly, the black saddlebag skimmer.
Look up the shoe fly.
You want to make a pie? Is that what you
look up? Lightning bugs.
We don't have them here.
We don't have them here, and I'd like them here.
How do we get them here?
Do we get them here?
It's not hot enough here.
It's not hot enough?
It's not humid.
Yeah, it's not humid. It's too cold for them.
Oh.
If you've ever seen them, though, geez, they're incredible.
I've never seen them. That's the thing.
I've in Georgia, and I think that's where I saw them.
I've seen them on that pirate ride at Disneyland.
Yep. So anything you want to know about bugs?
I hate these. The Johnson jumping spider. I hate the jumping spider.
They're kind of cool, though.
No, they scare me.
Well, yeah, but there's...
Because you go to get them, and then they...
But they are kind of cool. And so you've gone to the website, I see. Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
All the different things you can find. The different spiders. The barn funnel weaver spider. The black-tailed crab spider. Ooh, there's an ugly one. What's that? The canopy. Oh, here, it's a jumping spider, Gina.
I hate the jumping spider.
It's the canopy jumping spider. They're hairy. And and it jumps on its prey. It packs a lot of personality, it says here. Found in the southeast and along the eastern coast, this particular spider is at home in forests.
This website makes me itchy.
It's an ambush predator that stalks and pounces on its insect prey. That's an interesting thing about the insect world. What do they eat? They all eat other insects. It's a cannibalistic species.
Another reason to hate them.
Well, I guess some insects eat plants rather than each other, right? Spiders eat each other.
Yeah, they do.
So anyway, if you want to know more about bugs, insectidentification.org. You can find them by state, by type, all of that.
Jane's Addiction, because on this day in 1991, the very first Lollapalooza was held in Chandler, Arizona at the Compton Terrace.
That was where the first one was, huh?
Very first one in 1991. And, of course, Jane's Addiction because, well...
It's Perry's baby.
Perry's
deal.
So, why not? There you go. Looking at the lineup. Jane's Addiction, Susie and the Banshees, Living Color, Nine Inch Nails, Ice-T, Butthole Surfers, and the Rollins Band.
Wow.
All.
They could all do that again, and people would go.
And people would go. That's a hell of a lineup.
There's a really interesting story today about this woman. Did you see this?
Mm-mm.
Casey Nicoli. She was an artist and she was one of the creators or co-creators over 30 years ago with her partner, musician Perry Farrell, of that sculpture, the three people intertwined.
Oh, yeah,
that,
on the
that
cover.
Was Nothing Shocking, I think. She was an artist who created that, and it was in storage for years and years, and it was just taken out of storage, and it's kind of all messed up and broken up. And,
oh, that's too bad.
But they put it back together. But she has not gotten any credit for her work on that.
Like ever?
No.
Oh, that's bull.
Yeah, she kind of helped.
Not even a liner,
create,
a liner note or anything.
No. She kind of helped create Jane's Addiction's image and all that. She said, I never really got anything out of it.
That's bull.
Nothing.
It's not fair.
No.
It's an interesting story. She goes on to talk about what she's done with her life.
Where did you see this?
Where did I get it today? It was Huffington Post.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, let's do the promo and crawl towards the exits.
Okay.
Friday's Radio from Hell show, Day Drinking Doesn't Come a Moment Too Soon.
Jimmy the Wine Guy will be here to tell us what to drink and how to drink it, and he'll also answer your questions starting at, just call 877-602-9696.
Sean Means will also be here, and he better be reviewing Twisters.
Better be reviewing Twisters or what?
Or else.
Radio from Hell, full of empty threats, Friday morning here on X96.
Cow. Another cow.
All right.
Same cow.
It's the same cow.
Yeah. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Prince is always the answer.
Artie